and welcome along everyone to beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for the PPRL 500, folks. The first race of season 19. Very excited for this, folks. It's going to be our first ever 500 miler, so this is going to be a very, very long race. It's sure to be a good one, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the action. Your starting lineup today, folks, is going to be Dawson on pole position after the duels. On outside pole, we have Ring Wraith, followed by J.D. McSock in third place, Sunny Kim in fourth place, Azawar in fifth place, King Wade in sixth place, D-Dog in seventh place, J. Reno in eighth place, Air T Rico in ninth place, Kart Racer in 10th place, 11th place is JD Max Culture, 12th place is P.W. Dazani, 13th place is Mini Panda, 14th place is Back in Black, 15th place is Greens a Lot, 16th is Exiv, Optomancer in 17th place, Dartman in 18th place, Karts in 19th place, 20th place is King, Arctic Owls in 21st place, Zenith is in 22nd place, and in last place, Random Shy. So without further ado, folks, getting ready to go to green here for the first couple laps of season 19 here, folks. We've had 19 of these seasons. Green flags in the air. Dawson gets a good initial start here, but it looks like that outside line is better connected right now, side by side, going into turns 1 and 2 for the first time at speed already. 3 wide racing in the pack, folks. This season we have a couple of new rules. They've outlawed the use of the bubble draft and tandeming, so this should make the pack racing even more exciting and more action than ever. As you see, there goes Wraith to the outside of Dawson. Wraith able to take the lead here from Dawson. As looking at Wraith right now, Sunday QNK right behind him. Sunday has not lost any momentum. Back up in the top 5 in the first couple seconds of the season. Sunday obviously had a fantastic season. In season 18, had a couple good wins, was part-time, but here he is full-time at the number 88, folks. Right now, the way it's working, Train Boy is right now in the party. Sadly, he's not able to commentate just because he's not in the lobby, just because we have a full lobby. And obviously the stream has a little bit of delay as always. So if someone does lag out, etc., he will be able to join us in the booth. So Train Boy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I don't know if you can hear me on the stream, but I don't have an include audio option right
now. Yeah, with the PC, there's no issue with that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. So, I know I haven't really been in PPRL for a while. The reason why I kind of moved over to iRacing recently, having some minor success with that, got into the 22 laps of the iRacing Daytona 500 and the NIS series earlier this year. I ran 4 hours in the Daytona 24-hour, done a lot of stuff with endurance racing recently. So hopefully you can get back into Forza later on in the year.
Absolutely, man. Very excited to have you here, folks. As we see, a lot of action. It looks like a couple cars have fallen back a bit, as we see it on our mini-map. But obviously, having a bigger field here tonight, we're going to see a couple cars fall back as the leaders do go single file. And still too wide for the back of the pack, as we see most guys still trying to shuffle in, but we know that the outside line is not the place to be. Obviously, we know that that inside line is the preferred line here. Trainer, can you just speak to that? Being a driver yourself.
So yeah, with the inside line at Daytona, that's with a lot of newer guys to racing games. You'll see them take the outside line, like you'll see at most tracks, most road courses. But Daytona is such a big super speedway that you have to run that double yellow line, and it's difficult to run it on games like Assetto Corsa. I think it has Daytona, but and iRacing, because it's such realistic, and especially Forza, because when you get hit, you lose the grip and you have to try to save it. And with no bubble drafting this season, it's going to be pretty much detrimental if that happens higher up in the field.
Absolutely. Looks like we have our first caution of the night. Not completely sure to why that is, folks. It looks like the caution is out.
Looking at the stream right now, they're pretty decent sized wreck coming out of 4th.
That must be it. Yep. Looks like we have quite a few cars. Quite a few cars involved, and quite a few cars already pit. So in the pits right now we have Dartman Dan, Karts, Mini Panda, Azawar, Kart Racer, D-Dog, Arctic Owl, P-Dub for Lift Sonny, and Reno all in the pits. So a little bit of strategy here. Is it a bit too early to pit though, Trainbow? What are your thoughts on that?
So my main thoughts on strategy would be if to start it up front, you want to try to stay up front for as long as you can and run to the end of your fuel window. That's the best bet to really go. When I used to race pretty much constantly on Forza, I didn't really do fuel runs at Daytona or any flat out tracks that we ran PPRL. I was just like, because I knew I was further back in the pack, like midfield, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pit either when the leaders pit or when my warning pops up to come into the pit lane.
Absolutely, man. It seems like
So
some of these other teams, they believe they're trying to pit a little earlier. I heard about around like lap 10 to 20, just because it works out in a way that they're able to make it to the end of the race in that sense. But it's a very aggressive strategy. Don't you agree with that?
yeah, pitting this early in a 200 lap, 500-mile event, especially at Daytona, is a bold strategy, but it's not an unheard of one, at least on iRacing and stuff like that. I'm not really heard of it on Forza that much, but it is pretty bold to run the pit this early if you don't have any damage from any previous wrecks.
Absolutely. It looks like some of our leaders are running on the apron, trying to save as much fuel as they can during this caution period. Obviously, we don't have a pace car just because it takes up one extra slot in our race lineup, so we just opt out to have a pace car, and the leader is the pace car. And you see the last couple of cars right now catching up to the field. Man, it's good to have a huge field like this. You know, obviously all these guys are so talented. We know that in the duels that the difference in pace was about a tenth and a half between these guys, and usually the draft nullifies it out. So, you know, there's probably one of the most talented fields we've had in a while. As you see, it looks like a Wraith taking the outside line here. So he decides to take the outside line. Obviously, it worked for him last time, so he's going to try the same thing again, folks. Getting ready to go to green once more. Don't forget, folks, this broadcast is in association with the EYSO 2021 Notes Campaign, a fantastic organization that I've been a part of the past couple of years of my life.
Well, that's not good.
Yep, so if you would like to donate, go ahead. There'll be a link in the chat.
Headphones just broke.
Looks like, folks, leaders coming to the line. Flagman has the green flag in the air. Coming into the restart zone. Wraith is gone. Green flag's back in the air. Gets a fantastic restart. Gets a good jump over the rest of the field. And ready, the leader's going single file up front as Wraith able to take a good jump over Sunday, Q, and K. Go ahead and take a look further back in the field. You know, obviously a lot of action can happen. We'll go ahead and go on board with 10th place. That's going to be Zenith right now. Looking forward right now on the leaders. Kind of interesting to see how this works. You know, the draft with, you know, not having the bubble draft this season unless you're behind the field. It's going to really keep these guys in check and allow for more competitive racing, like similar to what we see in real life NASCAR. We see a lot of cars going slightly higher, trying to break the draft with the cars behind them. Zenith right now in a weird position, has to maybe be able to get up to the car in front of him, make sure he can get that draft off from him. Doesn't want to get too out of touch there. But looks like quite a few cars have strung out now, single file, still in the front. Let's see, as it were. 20th place after starting on the second row. Actually, the third row. like the leader starting to pull away a little here as Zenith is out of touch with the car in front of him. Gonna have to try to catch up though, as you see. The leader's really starting to pull away here. Train Boy, can you just explain to us, the importance of the bubble? We've seen it so many times, we talked about it so much, and not having it this season, how is that going to impact the racing style here?
So, if we saw a lot of racing like that, and especially when I was leading, I think it was the second or third Daytona race in season 18, I wasn't very fast in the beginning, but as soon as I got hooked up with, I think it was, I can't remember that much, but I believe it was a 95 car. We just hooked up and we were able to pull away from the field. It's like the old version. It's like in the old days of NASCAR without the restrictor plate. Dale Earnhardt would take lap cars and bring them back onto the lead lap, with him being the leader, and just pull away and use a lap car to pull away from the field. That's super speedways like this.
Absolutely, man. Without that, I'm sure we're going to see a little bit more competitive racing. Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, that is definitely 100%, because myself, I would be a little mad because I would work with someone for so long and then they would just ditch me because of like team orders and stuff like that, and I understand that to an extent, but if you're trying to win, you're trying to win. But it's kind of the stepping stone, I guess you could say, to trying to win in this series. It's a pretty difficult series to win in, and I've been close several times at Daytona. I have the Dale Earnhardt curse, as they'd say.
Absolutely, man. You know that these guys are so competitive. Like, we obviously talk about how close the gap is between them. Like, only a couple tenths at max. Speed-wise. So these guys are incredibly fast. So definitely not it's a very tough series. Obviously, this league it's probably one of the oldest Forza leagues ever. So, being here for this long, they're obviously doing something right, and obviously the talent pool is very high tonight. So, for sure, looking forward to the next 187 laps or so.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to the next gen, because we all know eventually that the series is going to have to move over to the next gen consoles, to the next gen games, and we're just waiting for that jump at this point.
Yeah, for sure, man. Excited to see what type of cars they also make for the next gen. If they're waiting for the new NASCARs that are coming next year, or if they'll be using this year's.
It definitely seems like that, because I think either they've already had them implemented into the game, or because I think Forza Motorsports 8 is coming out in September, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes for sure. But looks like the leaders have pulled away, and
Yeah.
interesting to see this. Looks like they're pitting here. Yeah, here comes Wraith. Someone missed the pits. I think that's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday missed the pits here. Oh, that's gonna be very, very unfortunate for him. Going through the grass is gonna be absolutely freight trained by the rest of the pack. I think he was right behind Wraith there and just absolutely misjudged it. But here we see X7 Dawson pushing right by Hawk, so I think Dawson should be the leader back. And Sunday's gonna have to pick it up here.
Yeah, I don't know if he isn't falling back to the field, if he's still somewhat up front, he may be forced to fall back, but hopefully Forza physics kind of work in everyone else's favor. It's kind of a crude way to saying it. Gonna keep him further back into the field.
Absolutely, man. Sunday's such a fast driver, dude, and we see a lot of drivers already. Kart Racer, two-time champion, last season's champion, already 2 laps down the early goings. So Sunday drops all the way down to 15th place. So Sunday struggling after missing the pits, and it looks like he's in the pits now. King Wade also a lap down, as well as Azuar. D-Dog and Dartman also, all 4 of those guys are a lap down, and then Kart Racer, 2-time champion, last season's champion, is 2 laps down here in Daytona.
Yeah.
But obviously we do know that, there are a lot of cautions to be expected here. So I would definitely not count them out just yet. They have a lot of time to make it up, as we're looking back right now on Dawson. Getting pushed by Exif hard right now.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and especially because you really think about it, they still have the older aero package on these cars, because these are cars from the 2017-2016 seasons of real life NASCAR. So once the next generation consoles, once the next gen games come out, that we should have even closer pack racing without having to, I think, put on a power handicap anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I think a lot of people are excited for what is to come for this game and what is to come for the series itself. So, and especially the next gen consoles, man. Some of those graphics I look forward to. I'm sure everyone does look forward to it. If you're enjoying the stream, folks, make sure to drop a follow. Go check out the YouTube channel for all the past streams from season 16, 17, and 18, all on the YouTube channel. So, only almost 1/10 of the way into this race, folks. We got a very long one in front of us. A lot of action though to come, but right now, green flag pit stops occurring. Looks like strategy is being played out here. Tramer, can you just explain to us, how big is strategy here? Because a lot of time in Forza we don't really think of strategy as a big factor, but can strategy, change someone's race? Like the way if they're able to draft with other people and all that. How's that work?
So strategy is a big play, especially in PPRL. As far as I know, last season when the caution came out, pit road did not close. So my goal was to be coming down or coming into turns 3 and 4 at any track, like the last couple of corners, to pit as soon as the caution comes out. So then I'm like, okay, I'm there, I'm up front, I'm going to be able to take somewhat of a control over this pack.
Yeah, man, we've seen that sometimes making the wrong decision on pit road can really hurt you. We've seen that even in real life. We saw the Toyotas, they pitted by themselves, and they got really spread out and they were overtaken by the pack relatively fast. So, and we've seen that multiple times here. So, obviously I think strategy is important to make sure that you're pitting with the right people and you have, you pit at the right time, because obviously it could make or break your race, but we are, relatively, we're only about 19, 20 laps into the season at this point. So, a lot to still fight for here. I'm sure these guys got to stay patient. We're hearing on the radio some of the drivers expressing their frustration. Looks like D-Dog was blocking a little aggressively there, and must have something happened between those guys. Don't forget, folks, we do have a caution interval. So between the caution being called out and the green flag going, there's a 4-lap interval between the caution being called once more once the green flag is put out. So that has to deter extremely aggressive moves, and that allows for, that's a different level of complexity to the racing. So obviously, you got to make the smart moves, but we do know that after about, I think, the 198, the caution cut off, that's when there can be no more cautions called out just because of the way Forza works. So at that point, that's when the gloves are truly off, folks. But still a very long race to go. Only about 20 laps in. So ahead to open our mini-map, folks. We see a lot of cars right now by themselves. Not a lot of action going on. Oh, looks like a car is almost sideways there. Looked to be a tandem draft of Random Shine Optimal Mantis. Random Shine almost turned Optimal Mantis there. Oh, black screen, folks. There we go. Yeah, Random Shine almost turned Optimal Mantis there in the 17. But they're definitely tandeming hard right now, trying to catch up to those leaders. And further behind them, there is an absolute mess of cars. Looks like about 8 or so cars right now further back in the field. Oh, as we see smoke, and major wreck, multiple cars. Looks like Culture, Wade, and someone else all spinning there in the exit of turns 1 and 2. So I'm expecting that to be a caution. We'll go ahead and go on board with our leaders, and doesn't look like it's been called just yet. No, they're still going to the line, I'm assuming. So at the line, yep, Dawson makes it to the line, and that is the caution, folks. Under our second caution period of the night.
Going back on what you said with pitting, this happened to me a lot in season 18 at Daytona, and especially lesser extent Homestead with the power handicap package. They would always pit with your teammate, and that's the best thing to do to guarantee success at a flat-out track like this. You'd be pitting with your teammates as consistently as possible, to try to get higher up in the field as quickly as possible when during green flag pit stops.
Absolutely, man. I think you nailed it on the dot right there, man. You got to have that help here, because if you're by yourself when you exit, you're gonna get absolutely swallowed up by the leaders. As you see, it looks like a couple cars still trying to get to pit road right now, and obviously, folks, if you are one lap down before the caution, you can get that lap back. But if you go a lap down during the caution, you are allowed to get that lap back as well, plus any other laps. So drivers don't have to worry about getting to pit road as fast as possible, so they don't have to really speed or anything. But obviously, urgency is important for all these guys. They want to get going back to green here. That's when all the action happens. And for this restart, we're going to go head to further back in the field, That's probably when we get some of their best camera shots for sure, and we see the carnage that is Daytona. You see, it looks like Dawson. Oh, Dawson in a fake pit there.
Are fake pits allowed this season?
Yes, they are. There have been a lot of rule changes, but fake pits are allowed.
Okay. Yeah, because the last season, as far as I know, there was a lot of crackdown, especially for a lag spike fake pit. When that stuff would happen, the party would light up with it like, "Hey, I saw you do that." I'm like, "Be like, dude, no, look back," and stuff like that.
Yeah,
A
for
lot of
sure.
people would I think a lot of the drivers were just complaining about that because that's a integral part of NASCAR strategy in real life.
Absolutely, man. Looks like the choose rule being enacted here. And, oh, not the choose rule, sorry. That's when Carter's getting his lap back. Sorry, we don't have the choose rule here. But looks like the car's getting ready to go too wide here. For those just joining us, welcome along to the PPRL 500 here for the inaugural race of Season 19, brought to you by the EYSO Notes 2021 campaign. If you'd like to donate to EYSO Notes 2021, it's going to be a link in the chat. So if you'd like to donate, I'd really appreciate that, y'all. It's a fantastic organization that I've had the great honor of being a part of for the past 2 years of my life. Pretty much everything that we're able to do is because of donations from y'all, and for all the other future students of that organization, if they want to be part of it, it's up to you guys to help us out. Overall, our goal is $54,000. My goal is $250, so if y'all can get me to there, I'd really appreciate it. Looks like the field is going 2 by 2 here for the restart. We're going to head further back in the field for this restart, get some great angles. We'll go ahead and go on board with Sunday Q&K in 11th place. Very fast driver, very dangerous driver. Let's see what he can do right now in the 6th row on the outside. Let's see what he can do here. As the leaders coming up to the restart zone. The field in the hands of Dawson. And green flag's out, folks. We're underway once more. Dawson cuts up in front of Exiv. Looks like Exiv gave it to him there. As we see Sunday drops down to the inside line, going to push 24 here. As it looks like a couple cars got caught out on that outside line. They're going to have to try to get in, tuck in behind these guys. Those are going to be freight trained by the rest of them right now. Relatively calm start, as you see. One car's able to do so. Looks like one more car still on the outside. Yet to close in. Hits a cone as well. These cones are so deadly in the corners, especially they use so much speed when you hit them. Looks like that's going to be Hawk right now, stranded outside of Sunday. Going to keep pushing the 24 there. 24 of Arctic Owl. And they're going to absolutely just motor on by Jaden McSock there. We've talked so much about the draft and the bubble draft, and we just saw a prime example there of where Hawk was at least a couple miles slower than him, and fell back relatively fast. As you see Arctic Owl pushing hard. Oh! And looked like he lagged into Sunday. Sunday has to dive to the inside under the double yellow line. Major lag spike from Arctic Owl there. Looks like the leaders right now, though, relatively calm in the front of the field, single file, unlike last time we saw earlier. Seemed like leaders were weaving a little bit more. Sunday going to the outside of 24. Still on the outside of him, getting pushed by Wraith right now. And as we are going to help Arctic Owl as they're too wide. Oh, looks like a car's getting on apron right now, slow on the apron. Sunday right now, trying to get by Arctic Owl with the help of Ring Wraith. Wraith obviously started up on the front row, falling back a little bit. As
Going back on what you said with when that lag happened, that's detrimental if that continues, because you don't know if you can get around the guy, because you may hit him and you may cause yourself the race if that happens.
yeah, for sure, man. You know, we've discussed about, you know, racing and all that stuff, but obviously being an online esports thing, there is lag to be there. You know, obviously your basic internet connection is, you know, what matters at the end of the day. So, you know, if a driver is lagging, they will be asked to leave the race so that they don't compromise anyone else's race.
Yeah, and especially remember first PPRL race back, the Adam RPG was hosting the lobby, I believe, and everyone was lagging, and we had to completely restart the lobby on an American server because nobody could drive. We couldn't get around anyone. We couldn't. It was pretty much a wreck fest.
I'm gonna cut you off there, Train Boy. It looks like a major wreck through the tri-oval. A couple cars spinning in the grass. Ramshaw's our leader right now. We saw Dawson fall back earlier as well. Oh, a car flipping there! Coming out of the tri-oval. Not sure who that was. Looked like to be Arctic. But major wreck. Must have been something of that sort, as we said, Train Boy, of that lag. Must have caused it. But Ring Wraith up to second place here. No caution just because we are not in the caution marker yet. So, gonna stay green here. But right now, Ramshaw by himself is gonna be caught by Ring Wraith relatively fast right now. Wraith being pushed by, I'm completely sure who's in 18 this season. Looks like Riku in the 18, followed by Azure. So right now, Random Shot trying to hold him off. Looks like we have a slow car. We have a car stopped. Yep, we do have a car stopped on the tri-oval. So we're gonna have to be under caution once more, folks.
Yeah, I was gonna say something with like if there is I know in Smoky Unix League, if we're within that caution thing, but if there's a lag wreck, we will call it because it was nobody's fault. It was servers, like there was nothing that we could have done to prevent that wreck.
Yep, for sure, man. We do have that rule in PPRL as well, but sometimes it just doesn't get called just because it looks like sometimes lag can be misinterpreted. So depending on whose screen it's on.
And lag's also a very big issue on a game like iRacing where like instead of the car jumping around, the car blinks in and out of existence. That's even worse because you can't see him, and especially when they try to get out of the way from any lane, you don't know where they are, and you don't know, okay, do I need to slow down? Do I need to speed up? What do I do?
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, there's so many different aspects that can really turn a race on its head here. But folks, you're currently watching the PPRL 500. We're gonna take a quick ad break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Just gotta take a quick break here just to, you know, just let me know if the ad actually runs.
Ad is running.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Got it.
I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom.
You're good. Welcome back, folks, to beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for race 1 of season 19 of the PPRL Cup Series. Here in association with the EOSO Notes 2021 campaign. Right now, our leader is Ring Wraith. After some strategy calls by him, depending on lap 14 or so, he was able to inherit the lead after a major wreck there in the trial. We see a couple cars flipping. So here we are, folks, side by side once more. getting ready to go to green. Right now, Train Boys is using the little girl's room, so we'll be waiting on him to get back. But until then, folks, sit back, relax, and enjoy the race here at Daytona. Obviously, a lot of fans in the stands today. Clearly, we haven't seen this in a while, but I'm sure beautiful sight for sore eyes as a leader, Ring Wraith, coming up to the flag stand, green flag in the flagman's hand. Wraith in control of the field. Green flag's in the air. Wraith gonna take a good jump here. Looks like Riku's gonna try to tuck in, maybe not. Looks like Asgore right now on that first lane, but Riku is able to tuck it in front of him. Looks like another car as well. Right now, further back in the fields, 2-3 wide racing, folks. A lot of action here in the early goings here. Only 32 laps done, so 31 laps complete here. We already have had 3 cautions, so at this rate, we're going to have a caution every 10 laps, folks. We're in for a long one tonight. But it's a fantastic race, folks. The first 500 mile we've done in a while. As 3-4 wide there, up at the front of the field. As Aswar going to the inside. It's still 3 wide going through the trioval. It's very tight. Looks like someone's getting shuffled back. That might be Aswar. I think it is Aswar getting shuffled back right now by himself. No, that's going to be Sunday by himself on the inside, in the middle lane. As Riku and I believe that's going to be someone else going to be right behind him, falling back. But right now, Aswar made a good move to the inside line, right behind Wraith. You know, Aswar and Reno both have won at the strike. Their only wins in the Cup Series ever for both of these guys. So we know that these guys are proven winners here at Daytona. You see, still 3 wide for the back of the pack, folks. But right now, relatively calm up front. Field in the hands of Ring Wraith. Had a very good restart. Got a good jump. Was able to keep the lead. Looking back from the back bumper of Ring Wraith. Looking back on his Ford teammate of Aswar. And you see the chaos of the pack behind him. A couple cars falling back fast. We've seen some pretty crazy wrecks here already tonight, folks, but I'm sure as the intensity keeps on picking up, we're going to see even more and more wrecks, and the aggression's only going to pick up as well as Aswar going to the inside of Wraith. Aswar to the inside of him. Can he get past him? I think he's able to do so. Yep. Wraith made a mistake, try to get Aswar right on his bumper, is going to lose the lead here. Falling back fast. Aswar is in the lead here now at Daytona. As Wraith able to tuck in behind Back in Black there. He's going to be in 4th place right now. Amateur move there from Wraith. Mistake from Wraith, you know. That's one of those moves you won't think of. Oh, it looks like a wreck further back in the field as well. Yes, it is. A couple cars caught up in the wreck, folks. Looks like Mini Panda is one of them. Yeah, multiple cars right now strewn across the track. So, looks like Riku as well. Yeah, Mini Panda. King Wade, Air to Riku, Hawk, D-Dog, Zenith, all involved. So that's going to be unfortunate for them as they're going to have to make their way up. We've seen King Wade absolutely hates this track. He's tried so many times to win here, just can't seem to do so. So looks like tonight might not be the night either for him. He has won here before, but never in such a big race like the 500. Looks like a couple cars right now exiting the pits after that major wreck. Looks Looks like exit right now. Going to the outside of Drag King. Trying to get past and able to do so. Drag King. Oh, Drag King's put in the wall. There's a wreck there. Looks like the 17 also involved. Another wreck here, folks. Now, let's see if a couple guys can avoid him. Looks like, yep, only 2 cars involved in that wreck. Going to be Random Shy and Drag King. Both involved as the caution has been called out once more under our fourth caution here of the night for another wreck. Yeah, at this rate, folks, we're going to get a caution every 10 laps or so. But as of right now, earlier, after Wraith made an amateur mistake, see a couple cars right now trying to get their laps back. So, Train Boy, what is your mentality right now? You know, obviously, if you're maybe King Wade or someone, you're already a lap down here. You're only 38 laps in. What are you telling yourself right now?
So if I'm already a lap down, I'm gonna take the early pit stop from like what I talked about earlier. You take it as soon as you can, so then in case if they go green, you're at least somewhat at speed where you're able to catch up and you're not trying to get up to speed when they go green.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we see here comes Azawar, our leader, going to be going for the pit. As look who's in the lead. JW Reno is able to win here back all the way in season, I think 15. So quite a while ago, folks.
Jeez.
Yeah, season 15, a little over a year ago he won here at Daytona around Christmas time, 2019. He won for his first ever win. So he's trying to get another win here. It's been a while for him. He knows how to get it done here. Let's see if he can, though. But still got a long way to go. Got 161 more laps to go at the line, folks. Right now, field in the hands of JW Reno as they come out of turns 1 and 2. Looks like a couple cars still trying to catch up. Remember, folks, fantastic season coming. Looking forward to it. I have a lot of new tracks on the schedule. Some of the newer tracks we have is, looks like we're going to have Sonoma Short is going to be back on the schedule. Homestead Road Circuit with the chance of rain. You know, we're looking at the forecast, and there might be some rain a couple weeks from now at Homestead. Bernie's Alps is going to be a good one for sure. Looks like we have Daytona Roval is making an appearance once more. Suzuka East is here. Road Atlanta Full is also back on the schedule, as well as Road America and Watkins Glen, both in the championship. So a lot of new road courses in the mix, and we have a lot of different packages as well. So looking forward to all that good stuff.
I was just about to say that with, I believe that I was looking on the schedule a couple weeks ago, and 211 laps at Homestead with no power handicap. That's going to put a lot of these drivers who've been here a while, who've been running the power handicap for a while, back into check to what the Cup guys have had to do for a while. You have to lift off the gas, you have to get back on it as easily and as smoothly as possible, and if you get on it too much, you're going to spin up your tires and you're going to scrape speed.
Oh, we see Black and Black. Sorry, going to have to cut in front of you there. Black and Black spinning, and that's the pack right there. Absolute pandemonium for the back in the field, folks. Multiple cars in that one. That might be a caution right there. Sorry about cutting you off there, Train Boy.
Yeah, it's completely fine, dude.
Yeah, it looks like multiple cars right now. Looks like all involved. I mean, Zenith, Azuar, Ring Wraith, Green's a lot, Back in Black, all involved. Looks like Wraith turned to Back in Black, coming out of turns 1 and 2. Major pile up. So right now it looks like Joe and it's gonna be 39. Yeah, 39 there. It's gonna of Mantis. going to be well ahead of everyone else, but major wreck, folks. But yeah, I think as you were
No.
saying, Train Boy, yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying, these guys have been running this handicap for such a long time. 15-ish seasons now. And that's gonna hurt them, I think, if they don't get practice in at Homestead with the full power and with the speed that they need to keep that up. Obviously, they're going to be running a little bit faster speed on the straightaways, about 190 miles an hour, I think. So that's going to be, the wrecks are going to be a lot more prolonged if there are any.
Absolutely,
And
man.
especially,
Yeah, it's going to definitely show, you know, that skill gap between some of these drivers. You know, Sunday QK, such a great driver. As Joe's almost spun around. So aggressive pushing there. Looks like they're right now connected right now between Joe and Optomantis. Stewards might have to take a look at that. We know we've said no bump drafting, so gonna be interesting to see what the stewards say about that later in the race. But you know, as you're saying, man, for sure that you know, having no power handicap, it's gonna change the way people have to drive the track. And you know, we've seen Sunday QK, such a dominant driver. That Jacob as well comes to mind, as well as kart race. So all these guys, you know, very skilled drivers, going to definitely test their abilities. And you know, myself, I'll be running a part-time schedule, folks. For those of you who don't know, I'll be doing some of the oval tracks here and there, just on the side. So you won't have a stream every race, but you will be able to. I will stream from my perspective as well. So should be a good one. But right
yeah,
now,
especially with the power handicap being gone, the field is going to spread out a lot faster, and that's definitely going to make an impact on racing. But and especially the big wrecks. The first Homestead race of the season, I believe last season, there was a huge pile up, and I had to cold trickle to try to get through it, and thankfully I was able to make it through.
yeah, for sure, man. Definitely should make it more interesting for us. A lot more action for us in the booth, and for you viewers on stream as well. But right now, the leaders are bump drafting, so I'm sure we'll have a conversation with the stewards to see what their thoughts are on this after the race is over. But until then, going further back in the field right now, we're on board with the Random Shy right now in 6th place after getting involved in an early wreck, able to make it back up as we are currently on board with him on that beautiful third bank Ford Fusion.
Yeah, with Forza not being entirely realistic, you're able to come into the pit lane, get pretty much a quick repair like on iRacing, and you're right back out onto the track. But with a game like iRacing and Assetto Corsa, if you crash and your engine explodes, you're done for the day.
Absolutely, man. You know, having that ability to get your vehicle back up and running very fast, obviously, is what keeps a lot of these guys in the race. That's why our numbers are so high at the end of these races. And of course, that just directly contributes to the excitement of these races, for sure. But right now, on board the Random Shy, right behind Dawson Kart Racer and Exif, trying to catch up to the leaders who are bump drafting, by the way. And we know that bump drafting is illegal this season, much like in 2017 or 18 NASCAR. So I'm sure the stewards will have a look at it, and we'll have some discussions about that and clarify that rule. Obviously, it's a new rule for everyone.
Yeah, I especially expect a little bit of more leeway early on in the season with bump drafting, because the drivers may forget, oh wait, I can't do that anymore, I can't bump draft, I can't do anything that could help me win that much anymore. It's just stuff they have to remember when they're in the heat of battle.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been a very big point of you know, point of importance for you know, obviously CR7, all the admins in the league trying to get that across to the drivers. But it seems like in heat and moments, and these guys are slightly forgetting that. And just a quick thank you to everyone. Just crossed 1,000 views overall on my Twitch, so really appreciate all the support, all 1,000 live views that is. So really appreciate all the support, y'all. You know, it's been a great past couple months with all the streaming, all the races. So really appreciate everyone. genuinely here. Love all 155 of you that are following me, and that one subscriber. So thank you guys so much, and let's hope for another great couple months. Finally, folks, those just joining us, welcome along to Daytona PPRL 500 here at Daytona International Raceway. Currently on lap 48 of 201, as you can see, just a little under 25% done at the race. This broadcast is brought to you by Note, the EYSO 2021 Notes campaign. If you want to donate, there'll be a link in the chat for y'all to donate. Every penny counts, every dollar counts, so if y'all could help out, really appreciate that. I've had the great opportunity of being part of this organization the past couple years of my life. We do a lot of great things for the community, and we're involved in over 75 local communities in the Chicagoland area. So if you guys can chuck a couple of dollars, help us continue what we do. But right now, on board with Random Shot, as they're trying to catch up to the leaders right now, right behind Dawson, Kart Racer, and Exif. Obviously, they're struggling as the leaders are bump drafting, and they've caught up to some lap traffic as well. So we'll see how this all plays out. But right now, Ramshire starting to lose a little bit of the draft from Dawson. So he's gonna have to stay devoted to that bottom line and stay very, very smooth. Looking a little antsy right now, coming out of turns 1 and 2. They're going into turns 3 and 4. But quite a few cars, a couple laps down, folks. We've seen some pretty big wrecks here already. A couple cars flipping. So as you can see on the top of your screen, folks, you can see quite a few cars are a couple laps down. Currently looks like Riku, D-Dog, Wraith, and Greens a lot, as well as Zenith are all 1 lap down. Azawar and Back and Black are both 2 laps down. As you see, looks like their leaders are slowly being caught by Dawson, Kart Racer, and Exif. Obviously, the guys in front of Random Shot, these are probably some of the most experienced and most kind of, I can say, the big 3 almost. Can you agree with that, Train Boy? Just the way these guys, Dawson, Kart Racer, and Exif, have just been so good on all these tracks.
A lot of these top guys you'll see either dominate respective seasons. Like last year, Kart Racer was pretty much almost every week winning it all. If he wasn't winning, he was getting a top 5 or top 10. I believe the season before that, Sunday was the GOAT of that season, and just it changes season to season.
Yeah, obviously we saw it season 16. Exif had 5 in a row to open off the season in season 16. So obviously these are all defining seasons for these guys, and I'm sure that all of them would love to win it all, but only one driver can win. So let's see Random Shy. Random Shy, it's gonna be Random Shy slowly falling back as he is struggling slowly as he's lost the draft from these guys. Go ahead, go further back in the field, folks. We're gonna hop on with Optimal Mantis, look at our main map real fast. We can see the field really has started to spread out at this point. We'll go ahead and decide. We'll go ahead and hop on board with. We'll go with Arctic Owl with this on his debut PPRL race here, right now by himself. So Chamber, we know that obviously being by yourself is not what you want to do, but how do you approach this? You have people behind you with the draft, you have people in front of you with the draft. So what do you do at this point to get yourself back into this race?
So the main thing, because the likelihood of you catching the guys ahead of you are very, very small. So you try to communicate with the guys who are coming up behind you, like, hey, maybe you can slot me in, maybe I can lead the pack, and if you don't like it, just so you can get yourself back into the race. And especially if the people behind you are your teammates, they will most definitely help you with that to try to get at least a team victory.
Yeah, for sure, man. Here we see Wraith trying to pass Arctic putting on an aggressive block. Oh, he's about to turn him there. Wraith, very, very nice there not to turn him. As Wraith going to the outside, looks like I believe Wraith is, Wraith is 1 lap down right now, so this is not for position. Oh, as Wraith goes under the double yellow line, contact there between Arctic and Wraith. Some aggressive racing here. And obviously, Train Boy, as these laps start to tick down, the aggression really will start to pick up.
Yeah, especially we still haven't broken the halfway mark yet, but the aggression's definitely gonna kick up here. We just don't know really what's gonna happen until we hit one lap 199.
And in this case, it's 200 just because we have 201 laps. But yep, lap 190 of the race. See a couple cars pitting here. And it looks like Opto Mantis has taken the lead here at Daytona. Gonna be right behind Air Riku, who is a lap down. So looks like Joe decided to go ahead and pit. Gonna give the lead over to Opto Mantis, but right now they are being caught by Exiv, Car Racer, and Dawson in the 3-car pack. As here comes Opto Mantis to pit. So it looks like green flag pit stops are going to be underway once more. As you see, Exiv now regains the lead here. Going to lead his first lap of the season. Folks, this is our longest green flag run, just closing in on about 25 laps or so under green. Sorry, 15 laps under green. Right now, Exiv is our leader. A lot of green flag stops happening, so not a lot of action just yet. But I'm sure as everything starts to file out, we'll see a couple of cars catch up to each other. As looking back right now, from Exiv's car onto Kart Racer and Dawson. Second and third place respectively. This Kart Racer going to push Exiv here. These guys have a very aggressive rivalry, to say the least. Between Shift Motorsports and DBM. Both Shift Motorsports cars are behind Exiv right now. But I think it's very surprising. Exiv is the only DBM entered car this season. We usually see a larger driver pool for DBM, but only DBM car here tonight. Only DBM car signed up at all. And it looks like they're all going to be pitting here. This will hand the lead off to a random shot once more in the 17. As we see, right now behind him is going to be Karts in his PPRL debut. Going to be in second place right now. But these guys will have to pit sooner or later. We know that. So what's your strategy when it comes to these longer stints, Train Bite? Especially if you're off cycle. What do you do here?
So, if you're on cycle, obviously you're pitting with your teammates, and if you're trying to catch up back with the leaders, if you're further back in the field, you pit with the leaders. You try to stay on their pit cycle, so when you're battling with at least someone around you, maybe if you're with the leaders, you could try to get their draft coming out of the pit lane. You're gonna try to do so many things to try to get yourself further up the field.
Absolutely. Right now we still have a full lobby, folks. All 23 drivers right now racing. Right now, Ramshot is your leader. He's going to be by himself as we're going to take a look at our mini map. We see second place all the way back in King Way in. Dawson in third place is all the way about 2/3 of a lap behind him. So right now, as we see, I believe Dawson should be our de facto leader. As everything cycles around. So Dawson should, this is the battle for the lead right now. Dawson followed by Kart, followed by Exiv. So it kind of switched there. Obviously Exiv was in the lead. Right now, after that round of pit stops, Dawson was able to get in front. As they go by Black and Black, very courteous of Black and Black there to stay out of their way. Obviously, they are much, much faster with the draft, so very courteous of Black and Black to do so. Right now, folks, a little bit less action right now on track as kind of everyone has strung out. Obviously, this is kind of the part of the race where it gets a little boring to say the least, just because of how far apart everyone is. And yep, that is the caution there, folks. Caution has been called. Not completely sure to why that is, but we are under caution here, folks, for I believe the 5th time here tonight. Random Shot is our leader right now. Oh, looks like a slow car there in that turn 4. That's going to be King Wade in 20th, man. Wade just cannot catch a break tonight, can he? Gonna be involved in another wreck, and looks like another slow car off as well. Gonna be that's gonna be D-Dogs, yeah, D-Dog and Wade. Both can't catch a break here tonight. As looks like Black and Black and a couple other cars going to get their laps back. Folks, you're watching a PPRL 500 here at Daytona International Raceway. We'll be back after this quick 1-minute break.
Yeah.
Almost halfway done.
Almost.
Actually, we're making pretty good pace, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm surprised for this far run already. Because usually during an old PPRL race, it's already 12 a.m.
Yeah.
At this point in the race.
No, we started early. We started like an hour early, that's why, which is good.
Yeah.
We're about 30 minutes from halfway. Okay, 5 seconds before you go live. And welcome back, everyone, in beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for race 1 of season 19, the inaugural Daytona PPRL 500, excuse me. Brought to you by the ESO 2121 Notes campaign. If you'd like to donate, there'll be a link in the chat. Right now, under caution for, I believe, the 5th time tonight. Right now, leader is a Random Shot in the 17. Currently is off cycle from the rest of the leaders, so he will have to pit sooner or later. But right now, Dawson is the first car on cycle on the outside line. Let's see how good of a restart Random Shot is able to get on those slightly worn tires. Honestly, tires not as important here at Daytona, but they still do play a little of a role here on these restarts. You see a couple cars still trying to catch up to the tail end of the field. As side by side, here we go, folks, coming out of turns 3 and 4. They can see that front stretch. Flagman has the green flag in his hand. Oh, is the car spinning there under caution? Not sure who that was, but someone just spun under caution. They might have to call this restart off, folks. Not sure who that was, but a couple of cars right now wrecked out under caution. Gonna be Azuar, Pub for Light, gonna be Dasani, and Back and Black, all gonna be, so yep, caution. Yep, they did call off the restart. Not sure what was going on there, folks, but Gonna have to wait for everyone to go get repairs again and get back caught up. So that was interesting to say the least, right, Train?
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Having cars spin up on the restart, you really don't see stuff like that much in leagues like this, where the professionalism is so high.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that in my time in commentating here for and racing in PPRL. So that is a first for sure. I mean, they didn't even go yet. I think they were trying to get those tires warmed up, and they must have just overcooked it or something because he just went straight left there or straight right. So that's a first to say the least. But here we go, folks. Everyone catching up. Only 2 cars, 1 lap down. Looks like Azwan back in the only cars that are a lap down right now. Everyone else is back on the lead up, folks. As we're gonna try to take 2 here, attempting to go to green once more. But right now, Random Shy has to collect his thoughts right now. He knows that he's the only Ford up in the field. He's going to have to somehow work with all these Chevys and the lone Toyota of Nation. Yeah, a lot of Chevys in the field. Train Boy, right after this restart, go ahead and explain. I want you to explain to us why there's so many Chevys. Like, not now, but after everything, after the restart. But I want you to explain to us why that is. But here they come, folks. The leaders coming out of turns 3 and 4. Part 2 here. As they get ready to go to green. Green flag in the hand of the flag man. As you see, 1 car hit there, overtake all the leaders. Not sure if there'll be a penalty for that one. But here they come, folks. A couple cars going to have to put once more. And they didn't go again, so they called it off 1 more. But you know what? Train, we have the time right now. Go ahead and explain to us why are there so many Chevys? You know, pretty much all of our top 10 is only Chevys. Like, why is that?
I do believe that the reason why there are so many Chevys in the field is because the way that the draft package works, it just works a lot better with the Chevys than any other real car does, and with anything else. Especially, the Chevys don't really link up with other cars that well, so if you're a sole Chevy team, you're able to pretty much pull away from people, and it's pretty easy to do so.
Makes a lot of sense, folks. Makes a lot of sense. But we do have a couple Fords and Toyotas sprinkled throughout the field. So we're going to try part 3 here, folks. 3rd time's the charm, as they say, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. But, thank you, Train Boy. But here they come, folks. Going into turns 3 and 4. The field has caught up, mostly. The field in the hands of a Random Shy. Let's see what's going to happen here. Here they come. Green flag once more in the hand of the starter. Field once more has been fully caught up. Random Shy, the control car for this restart. Comes to the line, Random Shy gets a good launch, able to pull away from Dawson. Dawson tucks in right behind him. Exiv right now by himself on the outside line, not able to tuck out, not able to get lined up as Dawson pulls back out. Gonna try to block Cart. He's able to get in front of him. Exiv right now by himself as Cart pushes him wide. Right now Exiv dropping behind. It looks like gonna be Opto Mantis there in the 39. Right now Exiv by himself, gonna have to try to tuck in sooner or later before he gets freight trained by the rest of the field. So is Culture right now. Stuck outside, 2 wide, further back in the field, about 6 rows back. You see further back in the field right now, 2-3 wide racing still. Right, but the leaders are relatively single file as Culture is going to fall back all the way. The whole field right now is single file, so Culture falling back. As you see a little bit of smoke there, a car got sideways. Good save from whoever that was. Kart racer right now looking to the outside of his teammate. Going to stay in line though for now. As, multiple cars spinning there. Looks like in after the tri-oval. Still green though. Looks like Azuar is going to fall back in their position, but a couple cars involved with that one. Looks like most guys kept it going, but a couple cars involved for sure. Slow on the track, like a Mini Panda, Drag King, D-Dog, and Azuar all involved in that incident there. We'll go ahead and go further back in the field, folks, right now. I'm going to go on board with Exit Season 16 champion. We'll see it from his view and how he's going to attack this. What are your thoughts, Trimbo? Right now, we're on board with Exif. He's about 5 rows back from the lead. What are you thinking right now? What are you telling yourself?
So with being 5 rows back from the lead, you're kind of in the start of the sweet spot of where the wrecks usually happen up front, and you're just praying to yourself, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. You're just talking to yourself that, like, you're hyping yourself up. Because it's not if the big one happens, it's when will it happen. And that's the main concern that all of these drivers have in this race right now, in my opinion.
Hey, but you see Dawson and Kart Racer both going to the outside line, trying to make something happen here, but they're falling back because it looks like Optomantis and Reno are both working well. Kart Racer able to tuck down in right now. Dawson by himself on that outside line, but Kart Racer going back to his teammate, but Dawson's going to tuck in line as Ramshai is on that outside line and weaving back and forth, able to hook up with Optimal there. Yes, he is. Right now, Exiv looking up and oh! Ramshai out of shape there. Almost gets turned there by Optimal. And oh, he's sideways still. How is he not wrecked yet, folks? But Ramshai somehow saves it after getting sideways at least 3 times there in that one corner. Ramshai, going to the inside line there. Here comes the field to the outside. Ramshai on the inside right now by himself. Looks like Dawson tucks in. Oh, and there's the big one. Joe gets into Exiv. Exiv is in it. Multiple cars spinning. Exiv able to keep it going. But it looks like, oh, Culture flying by there on the inside. So is Riku. Able to weave and duck and weave there for those guys. But we saw it there, folks. Ramshot got all tangled up there sideways, and we saw that massive wreck there. Exiv losing 6 places as Ramshot has also been wrecked, but right now in the lead is Optimal Mantis looking to get his first win. And looks like caution has been called here once more, folks. As you said, Train Boy, not if, but when. Right now, looks like multiple cars all involved. Looks like King Wade, Pub Life, Dawson, Reno, Greens a lot, D-Dog, all involved in that wreck. But we saw Culture absolutely ducking and weaving, absolutely blew by Exit. They was able to make a good move. So great stuff there from Culture. Looks like took a book out of Lightning McQueen's notes there, able to duck and weave through that huge wreck. So maybe we should get him to put a Lightning McQueen paint scheme on one of those cars one day. But here we are, folks, under caution, I believe, for the 6th time here tonight. Right now, Optal Mantis is leading in that 39 car. Field really is, kind of mixed up at this point. We saw Azuar started up in top 5, all the way down to 16th, I believe, 16th or 15th there. Reno falling back as well. So a lot of good cars further back in the field. Strain, when you see yourself in a position like this, you know that you're fastest than the guys in front of you. What do you do? Because obviously it's not as easy to pass here at Daytona compared to other tracks. What do you do in this situation?
So the main thing that you're doing in this situation, is obviously if you're further back in the field, you're trying to make your way up. If you're up front after a huge wreck like this, really you're just hoping that you're further back into the field, at the beginning of that wreck, so you're able to make your way through a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think it's very important for sure, as you said. Got to.
You also need to apply as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Nope, you're all good, man. Yeah, for sure. Folks, here we go. The field getting to go 2x2 once more. Looks like field's still trying to all catch up, but we should be able to go within the next couple minutes here, folks. You're currently watching the PPRL 500 here at Daytona International Raceway. See, folks, right now the field coming to the line. Green flag's back in the air. Optimal Mantis gets a fantastic launch, able to keep the lead here. As Kart Racer able to stay right behind him, up to second place. The field already mostly going single file, as Hawk going a little higher. Exit right now, peeking to the outside, decides to stay in line. Smart decision there from him. Looks like Dawson already up through the field once more after getting involved in that wreck. But still a lot of cars trying to shuffle into the line here. Oh, you see Hawk and... Oh, a car spinning there. Good save. Not sure exactly who that was, but great save there from that driver. As it looks like Hawk and Kart right now on that outside line trying to get past Optimal, but here comes Riku and Arctic as Optimal right now getting absolutely pushed through that corner by Riku and Arctic. Here comes Exiv. What is he going to do? Is Riku, going a little wide there. Going to have to push out in front of him. Goes wide. Gets pushed out in front of Kart Racer and Hawk. It looks like they both tucked back in. So Riku by himself right now after getting aggressively shoved there by Arctic. And Riku's going to fall back fast here. It's going to be a long one, folks. We know that. 75 laps in. A little under an hour and 15 minutes in, folks. About a minute per lap right now, the pace we're at. Especially after the prolonged caution period of the 5th caution, when we had multiple restart issues so we couldn't get going. But already, folks, the field has already started to thin out, and we see a couple cars already falling well behind. Like Ring Wraith, Sunday, and Dartman all have fallen back. Another car slow on track. Who is that? That's going to be back in black also. It looks like he's going to be pitting. But man, some of those guys really can't catch a break, especially Wraith after starting the outside pole position. Wraith right now finding himself well behind the field right now. Right now, Optimal Mantis leading here. Led a little bit early in the race, not for long though, but he's going to be trying to lead here. As Kart Racer going to the outside line, trying to see if he can make something happen there. Obviously, there's no help right now, but here comes Hawk. What is Hawk going to do? Obviously, Kart Racer and Hawk, very good friends. I'm sure they're going to try to work something out here. Trimbo, obviously for us in the booth here, we're only 77 laps in, and it's a little boring for us, but how do these drivers stay engaged for the 200 laps here?
So the way that I would be engaged for a race like this, I would talk, because if it was a long green flag run, we would, especially in like endurance series on Forza, we would strike up conversations, try to pass the time, to try to help each other through the race, just so then we can make it through easier and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man. You know what? You know, myself being a racer, I've done multiple tough races. You know, I've done the 600 before at Homestead, and that's a grueling race. It's a little over 4 hours, but yeah, man. A lot of these guys are great friends on and off the track, and some of the conversations are so funny. You got to hear some of these guys on the radio. But if you do want to check it out, go to CR7's channel. I'll put a link to Nation's channel. You gotta listen to the Radioactive. It's so good. It's so funny. It's definitely not PG. It's at least R-rated, some of the stuff in there. Just just mostly because of the content, y'all. So just be advised. But it's so funny. Some great content he makes. So go definitely check him out. There'll be a link in the chat to him as well.
Yeah, some of the stuff you talk in there because it is an Xbox party, so there isn't that much appropriate stuff that people like to talk about in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a link right now to Josh's YouTube. Go check it out. Very funny. Some great content he has in there. Alright, folks, if you are enjoying the content, make sure to drop a follow, and make sure to check in for tomorrow afternoon's race from China. Sorry, not China, from Netherlands for the Simam Prost Championship, round 6, I believe, from Netherlands. Sure to be a good one, folks. So make sure to check in to me at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, Saturday, the 27th, I believe. Yep, 27th. Right now, folks, field really starting to thin out. Optimal Mantis right now in the lead. Got about 120 more laps to go at the line. Still got a very, very long way to go. This is when you gotta stay mentally strong. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta stay focused, because one small mistake and you can be well behind the pack for the rest of the night. So, especially being a leader, you can never be complacent. We've seen so many wrecks here at Daytona, especially with aggressive pushes, right, Train Boy? Especially last season.
Yeah, with aggressive pushing, that can really hurt. That can make or break someone's race. Especially that with the old IndyCar series about a year ago, a year or two ago, that racing was very tight, and IndyCars, when you hit the apron, those things go. So when you get a little bit of a bump and you tap the apron, always there'd be some sort of wreck happening.
Absolutely, man. This is when you guys stay mentally focused and mentally strong. Looks like our leader, Optimal Mantis, outside of pit here, folks. So I'm going to give the lead over to Kart Racer. Kart Racer right now being pushed by Arctic. And it looks like a ram shot. Yep, oh no, it's going to be Hawk there, sorry. Excuse me. Hawk gonna be right behind him. Sorry, folks, it is a little boring at this point. It's kind of boring for all of us right now. For those of you watching, and we see a couple more green flag pit stops happening here. Looks like Car Racer, Exiv, and all those guys competing this lap. Gonna hand the lead over to Random Shy. So Random Shy back in the lead here in the 17. Looks like Riku and Culture are working well together right now in the Toyotas. And try to get past him here, going to the outside. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between Random Shy and Riku. Random pushing Riku wide. We're going to try to hold him off. Right now, Riku working with JMX Culture. But we know that outside line is not the preferred line here at Daytona. But let's see if the draft can prevail. As we see Riku to the outside here. Getting pushed right. Oh, Random Shy sideways! Almost loses it. Able to save it there. Culture just miscalculates it there. Random Shy going high there. As Culture, let's see if he tries to work with Random Shy here. No, he's not. He's going to stay with his Toyota teammate. Going to the inside of Random Shy. Random Shy forced to the outside. Can't make a move here. He's going to lose the position most likely to Culture. As, oh, Culture and Random Shy and Riku making contact. As Culture gets his nose there into Random Shy's quarter panel. As Random Shy is going to lose the lead here to Riku. And ART Riku's our leader here in his first ever PPRL Cup Series race, making his debut. See, further back in the pack, contact as Riku doesn't pit with Culture, and they're going to leave him by himself now. So now Riku by himself, going to have Mini Panda right now. Going to try to catch him. It looks like we're going to go on board with Pub Life Tasani here. Right now in that 14 Mobile 1 Chevy. Working with the Mini Panda machine there in the Panda Express car. As you see, the number 7 of Reno back up into 5th place as they're closing on our leader. As we see, Mini Panda right now has inherited the lead from Riku. And right now, folks, it is relatively broken up as we see it. Looks like a couple cars slow right down the backstretch. Who is that going to be? Looks like Azuar and D-Dog. Very slow in the backstretch right now. Are they coming out of the pits? I believe so. And that's going to be Azuar and Mantis slow. Looks like they might have damage. Yep, oh, definitely have damage. Going into the wall once more. This is going to call the caution here. So the leader is coming back to the line. Are they going to pit here as well? I think caution will be called here at the line. Mini Panda's going to be our leader. And that is the caution, folks. Caution's out here on lap 91 of 201. And Mini Panda right now, our leader. So he'll be leading for the first time in a long time. I'm sure he'd love to get a win, but it'll be tough for him. Folks, right now, under our 7th caution period of the night here, right now, Mini Panda is our leader. Gonna be waiting for everyone to catch up. You're currently watching the PPRL 500. We're trying to study our voices here, folks. We have about another 110 more laps, so a little over about 2 more hours of racing to go here, folks. A lot more of action comes, so just make sure to stay tuned in. Right now, folks, the field going side by side here. See a couple cars pitting right now. But we'll be going green at the end of this lap, I believe. Oh, Mini Panda also going to be one of the cars pitting. So it's going to give the lead here to P.W. Dasani in his first ever PPRL Cup Series race, on his debut race. Going to be leading for this restart. Here we come, folks. Looks like P.W. Dasani is going to be our leader here. Right now, Ring Wraith on the outside pole sitter back to the outside, so we'll see what he can do in that 55 lean green machine. Looks like the Dawson Kart Racer and Exit all going to be in the 4th and 5th row, respectively. As here they come to the line, folks, getting ready to go to green. Field in the hands of P.W. Dasani. Green flag's in the air. He gets a good launch off. Here comes Wraith. What is he going to do? As further back in the field, they're checking up, folks. Let's go behind, go on board with Random Shot right now. Let's see what he can do right now. It's absolute pandemonium for the back. Oh, it looks like a car flipping. Looks like a 77 sideways there. As Ramshot able to go under the double yellow line and get past all of that madness. And looks like they have called the caution just because of the pandemonium there. So folks, if there's a major wreck where a decent amount of the field is involved, they'll go ahead and call the wrecky out. Looks like there's going to be quite a few cars involved in that one. D-Dog, Mini Panda, Greens Violot, Riku, Culture, Zenith, Karts, Kart Racer, Reno, Optal, Mantis, and as we're all involved in that wreck. So under caution here once more, folks, for the 8th time here tonight. We're going to be waiting to go to green as everyone catches up. So, Shreyan, what's going on with you, man?
I am currently practicing for the Sebring 12 hours on iRacing.
Sounds very fun, man. See, a co-commentator has also gotten bored and is doing something else. But don't worry, folks. I'll be here for the next 106 more laps to go. Here we are, folks, right now. Peter Bisani going to be in the lead. Right now, single file as multiple cars were involved in that wreck, about half the field. So we'll be waiting for everyone to head back to green. Currently under, I believe, our 8th caution of the night. Right now, folks, going to be waiting for multiple cars to catch up. You're currently watching the PPRL 500. To those viewers just joining us, welcome along to the broadcast. Here for the first race of season 19. A lot of action here, folks. A lot of great action here so far tonight, but we still have about 106 more laps to go at the line. So it looks like Azwar can get his lap back as the field going a double wide once more. If you're just joining us, welcome along. Hope you enjoy the broadcast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a follow for some more great racing content. And be sure to check out tomorrow afternoon's broadcast at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Simman Prost Championship, round 5, I believe. Sorry, round 6, I believe, from Netherlands. Great battle there between the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. But folks, we have about another hour and a half here. Sorry, 2 hours to go still. So make sure to stay tuned in, folks. A lot of great racing to go here. Long way to go in the race, so should be a good one, folks. Here we come, folks. The field coming out of turns 3 and 4 to the line. About to take the green flag here once more as we're getting closer to that halfway point, folks. The aggression really is going to start picking up, but no matter. Here we go. Coming to the line, field in the hands of Peter Bisani. Green flag's in the air, gets a good launch once more. Right on the outside, much like last restart. It's going to have to try to tuck in right behind him. Is not able to do so, as we see. It looks like it's Dan there. As Wraith trying to close in, able to do so. Sunday is able to get in front of him. Dawson right behind them. As Wraith going to the outside, has a good run. Is able to get the run off the corner though. Inside line looking strong right now as we see 2-3 wide racing further back in the field. Right now, P-Dub trying to hold off Wraith, but Wraith looks like he might have had the pass made. Maybe not, no. P-Dub back to the inside of Wraith there. As they're still side by side for the lead, too wide. See, Kart Racer trying to make something happen there with the other cars on the outside line. P-Dub being pinched in by Wraith. Right now, Dawson on the inside line, though, pushing P-Dub. Right behind Dawson, they have, looks like, Random Shot and Hawk. And Exif as well, all on the inside line. But right now, Wraith, Sunday, and not completely sure who that third car is. Looks like Dan. Yep, I think that is going to be Dan. Looks to be, yep, I think that is Dan on that outside line. They're going to be falling back as Dawson getting an aggressive push there from Random Shot, being pushed by Hawk, by Exif, as Back in Black also on the back bumper of Exif as that outside line starts to fizzle out. We know that inside line is so dominant here. Very valiant effort, though, for sure, from those guys trying to make something happen here. See right now, P-Dub going to the outside line. Gonna give Dawson the lead here. Well, rookie mistake there for sure from P-Dub is Dawson being pushed by Ramshy, by Hawk. Gonna take the lead here. A lot of aggressive pushing right now. This is where you'll see those mistakes happen, those wrecks happen. Ramshy weaving back and forth right now. I'm gonna go on board with Dasani here. Let's see what we can get off his roof view. As there goes Exif as well by him on that inside line. You see Ramshay being very aggressive with the pushes right now from Dawson. Ramshay going almost to the inside of the WO line, going to the outside now, trying to make something happen here. But here comes Hawk on the inside line. Ramshay able to tuck it in. Ramshay sideways through the try over there, able to save it, almost loses it. But right now, Ramshay peeking to the inside once more. As Hawk also peeks to the inside. A lot of aggressive pushing here as Dawson almost sideways there into turn one. Still aggressive pushing there from Ramshay. Trying to make something happen here, but closing in on that halfway point. This should be the end of the halfway lap. Or sorry, next time by should be the end of the halfway lap of the race. See right now, still aggressive moves there from Ramshay, trying to make something happen here. See Ramshay, oh, sideways there, getting a push from Hawk. Good save once more from Random Shy. But we've seen this happen way too often. He just gets so aggressive with the pushes. Gets turned sideways and they have a big wreck. But right now, let's go ahead and go on board with Exif. Get an even closer look at what the action is. Right now, on board with Exif. Right now, Ramshay trying to get his way, make his way past Dawson. Oh, looks like Hawk and Ramshay have locked bumpers. Hawk right now all over the back bumper of Ramshay. Looks like they're tandeming right now. As, oh, a cone goes flying. Barely misses it. Dawson barely misses the cone there. Dawson right now trying to block Ramshay for all it's worth. Exif trying to hold it off the WO line there. He's gonna get a very good run on Hawk here. As Ramshay ducks under the WO line there as well. Ramshay all over the track right now, trying to make something happen here. As we have crossed the halfway point at this point. A little past halfway. Ramshai still weaving, trying to make something happen here. Just very aggressive from him. We still have another little under 98 laps to go still, but still so aggressive. I'm not sure if that's the best move. I mean, obviously it's important, to stay in the right position at the right time, but I think it's just a little too early to go. You see, catching up to some lap traffic. Ramshai going to the outside here. What's he going to do? Hawk to the inside of Ramshai. Ramshai's going to be pinched out. What is Exif going to do? Is he able to close it on Hawk? Enough to pinch Ramshai out? I don't think so, but here comes Exif on the inside. Ramshai trying to clear himself, not able to do so. Able to finally clear himself down. Going to lose one position down to Hawk. Let's see what Ramshai does here now. As, right now Hawk and Dawson pushing very hard, very aggressive. As Exif going to work here with Ramshai a little bit. Great battle for the lead right now between Dawson sideways. They're coming out of the tri-oval. Hawk all over that back bumper, absolutely tandeming it right now with him. See right now the only car 1 lap down, or 2 laps down technically, is Green's a lot. But right now Ramshai trying to stick with these guys. Right now Exif and Ramshai are not tandeming, but right now Hawk and Dawson are tandeming, so that is illegal. So Hawk should have to back off. Yes, he does. There he backs off. Smart move there. Make sure he doesn't get penalized. See right now Exif trying to figure out who he wants to work with. It's going to be tough because, Ramshai, very aggressive driver. Knows how to get it one here. Has won here at Daytona before. It's going to be tough for him right now. Still on board with Exif. You're getting a great look at this battle. Let's go ahead and go on board, with Dawson. You see what it looks like from his perspective. So this is our leader right now, on board with our leader. Looking back at the pressure from Hawk, Ramshai, and Exif, as we see a couple more cars catching up to the pack here. Should be a good battle as everyone starts to close in. Alright, look at our mini-map, folks. The field once more. Starting to do green flag runs and really start to stretch out. A couple of cars about to lose a lap here, but Hawk right now working well with Dawson. With Ramshai to the outside. Is Hawk going to go block? No, he doesn't. Ramshai tucks back in here. Still bumper to bumper to bumper here for the top 4. As here comes the rest of the top 10 closing in on these guys while these guys are fighting hard. To those viewers just joining us, welcome along to the PPRL 500 here in beautiful Daytona International Raceway for race 1 of season 19 of the PPRL Cup Series. Currently on lap 109 of 201, right now on board their leader Dawson, looking back from under pressure from Hawk, Ramshai, and Exif all behind him. As you see, Drag King ATV going to be the next vehicle to go 1 lap down, the first vehicle to be 1 lap down as well. Right now, one of our longest green flag runs of the night. I'm starting to see the gaps start to form and a lot of those green flag pit stops happening. So I'm interested to see how this all plays out, folks. 90 laps to go at the line. We're really closing in right now on those final couple laps. Train Boy was in the booth with us, but he's currently doing some practice for iRacing.
I'm still here.
And he's letting us know he is still here if needed. But right now, full lobby here. 23 drivers racing here at Daytona. One of the tightest lobbies we've seen in a very, very long time. We know that during the clash and the duels, the average distance between first and second first and last was about a tenth or two. So very, very tight pack field. As we see, Arctic going to be losing his lap as well. Going to be the first car 1 lap down now. Moving Drag King ATV. Going to be the second car 1 lap down. But right now, some of the faster guys, Kart Racer, Ring Wraith, Sunday, Dartman, all further back in the field, is going to have to try to make something work here. They're so far behind after getting involved in early incidents. It's going to be a long road uphill to make sure that they can get back into this battle. Remember, folks, if you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a follow to get some more great racing content. We also have tomorrow afternoon's Sim APurush Championship round 6 from the Netherlands. Great battle between the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. So make sure to tune in. It's going to be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on February 27th, I believe. Yep, 27th. So look forward to seeing everyone there. But right now, Dawson is our leader. Has been leading for quite a while now, under our longest green flag run of the night. I'm sure I'll jinx it sooner or later. You see Random Shy starting to fall back from him. We'll go ahead and open up our mini map. See quite a few cars right now behind him. And we'll go ahead and go on board with King Wade. I struggle to find some good pace here, or get some good luck here at Daytona rather. Trying to work with Back in Black and those guys in front of him. Trying to catch up to the leaders and maybe get a win for King Wade. Wade has been surprisingly quiet the past couple of seasons, so trying to do some damage here tonight. Right now, still on, looking at the battle for about 7th place right now. King Wade fighting with Exiv, Back in Black, and I think it's going to be, not really sure who's behind him. Zenith, currently making his PPRL debut race here tonight. King Wade in a beautiful 48 paint scheme. Yet to find much success here at Daytona in the past couple seasons. So really struggled here. So it looks like Dawson going to go ahead and pit. So does Exiv. So that gives the lead to, I believe, Back in Black. Yep, Back in Black should be our leader now. We'll go ahead and confirm that with their scoring. Yep, Back in Black is now our leader. So this is the battle for the lead, but we know that Dawson, those guys, once they do come out of the pits, those guys will battle it out for the lead. We've seen Dawson being the pole sitter. Obviously has the coveted first pit stall. So wouldn't be surprised if he was not the car to be the first one out, especially being the first one in. As here comes King Wade, also going to pit, going to give the lead, or sorry, Back in Black still in the lead here, but Zenith's going to be a little bit behind him, so he's right now by himself. Going to be really hurting him, especially with the other guys being in the draft, so he's going to have to pit sooner or later to make sure he doesn't lose any more time to the guys behind him who have already pit. Obviously, myself and Train Boy have talked so much about strategy here tonight, folks. Just joining us, thank you so much. Welcome along to the PPRL 500, currently under green flag pit stops, and obviously Train Boy, we've talked about so much about strategy. How much does it hurt when you're by yourself compared to the other guys who have already pit and who have the draft?
So when you're by yourself, obviously you're not running as fast. You're not at the high speed as what you think you should be at, and it's very difficult to get up to speed, which is another thing. Because you don't know, because you haven't been able to prove yourself throughout the race, and it's very difficult to prove yourself when you're all alone.
Absolutely. Looks like caution's out, folks. As I said, I did jinx it. Caution is out once more. Should be the 9th caution period of the night here for the PPRL 500. And Back in Black is going to be our leader. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, folks. Currently only one car, 1 lap down. It's going to be Green's a lot. He's currently at 1 lap down, so we'll see if he will be able to get his lap back. So, folks, just to those just joining us, welcome along to the PPRL 500 here at Daytona International Raceway, brought to you by the EYSO 2020 Notes campaign. With donate link is in the chat. Appreciate you all can drop a couple dollars. This time we're gonna take a quick ad break. We'll be back in a minute and a half. Oh man, bro, this is tiring as.
I don't understand how the Fox guys can do it for so long.
Nah, but they've got so many other people talking. They got McReynolds, they've got Boyer, they've got
Yeah, they've
Gordon.
got.
Also, they take so many ad breaks though. Like legitimately, like every 10 minutes they take an ad break. So it's not as bad.
Yeah. How many people are in the lobby still?
It's full. Yeah, don't worry. I'll let you know once those guys are gone, or once someone lags out or leaves or something. I don't know.
I'm just getting tired at this point. I don't know what's keeping me awake: the shots of Red Bull or the blue light coming from the TV.
Man, I've got all my room lights turned on because I'm pretty sure I'll fall asleep otherwise. Oh man.
You run the
seconds.
you run the PPRL Instagram, right?
Not really. It's mostly Josh, but he said I can run it now. And welcome along, everyone, back to beautiful Daytona International Raceway here. Currently under our 9th caution period of the night. Right now, our leader after green flag pit stop is going to be Karts, but he will be pitting, so I'm assuming that it'll go back to Random Shy and coming out of turns 3 and 4 right now. So welcome along to the first race of season 19 of the PPRL Cup Series seasons. This broadcast is brought to you by the EYSO 2021 Notes campaign. If you'd like to donate, there'll be a link in chat. Appreciate all the donations and help, y'all. So yeah, folks, currently on lap 119 of 201. Still got quite a long way to go in tonight's race. Still have about another hour and a half of racing or so. So should have a lot more action. I'm sure we'll see a lot more cautions, especially as we get closer to end of it. As we see, folks, the field has fully caught up at this point. So those who join us, welcome along to the PPRL 500. Currently under our 9th caution period of the night. Getting ready to go to green once more right now. The field in the hands of Random Shy in that beautiful number 17 fifth third bank Ford Fusion. Currently ring rate, the outside pole sitter, is in the outside pole position once more in second place right now. King Wade has made his way up to third place after starting further back in the field. But right now, Exiv still struggling further back in the field as Dawson in the fourth row right now. Sunny QK has also made his way up, and a lot of the guys that we've talked about. And looks like something happened to D-Dog there. I think something must have happened there, but he's lagged out, so we might have to abort the restart. Maybe not completely sure, folks, but I'll let you know in a brief second. Gonna go on board with Zenith here for this restart to get his perspective of all the madness that should be going on. See Zenith right now on the outside of the 76 there of carts. And he's gonna be stuck on that outside line as looks like Reno gonna hold him off in the number 7. Right now, trying to work with the back and black, but the outside line is so much, is just completely useless when it comes to fighting the inside line. As you see, here comes Azure as well in the Rogue Energy number 35. As Joe pops to the outside as well. Looks like Peter Dasani absolutely slowed down immensely. So Joe able to get a good pass there, very good pass there by Joe. Good spatial awareness for sure. As so does back and black at the pass. So right now, looks like he's by himself right now. Zenith in the BMW Toyota. That's 3 wide right now going through the tri-oval between TW Dasani, the 76, and Zenith. Zenith losing positions left and right now. As there goes, as we're always putting the wall. Still to wear. Oh, and there goes Peter Dasani. Or no, that's going to be Azwar at the end of the wall as well. A couple other cars slowing down here early for Zenith. Going to be falling back fast, and he's going to lose the pack very well. Zenith only back in 20th place, but right now I'm going to go on board with back and black in 10th place right now as he's going to try to make his way up through the field and catch up to these guys. Right now, single file, relatively. See, folks, right now, great battle for the lead right now. It's relatively quiet right now. Everyone's mostly single file right now as a Random Shy. Currently our leader, as I've said right now, at least 5 times in the past like 30 seconds, so we're not going to say that for a while. But yeah, folks, a little over 77 laps to go. Still have quite a long way to go. A little over an hour now. 15 minutes or so of racing. I'm sure we'll have some more cautions, so it'll be interesting to see how the aggression will turn up and how it all plays out. Looks like Ramshot. Oh, makes a little contact there where he's trying to lap Peter Desani. Gonna allow for King Wade to go to the inside of him now. Ramshot making another mistake, but able to cut Wade off once more. As Wade sideways into the trial. What a great save. Ramshot absolutely carelessly driving right now. Putting other drivers in risk right now, not showing his extreme aggression right now, and very disappointed to see that. You know, obviously it's important to stay in the lead, but at the same time, you can't just cut someone off like that. Sorry, folks, if it's a little quiet right now on stream. It's pretty late right where I am right now, and I think kind of everyone's tired right now, guys. But the show continues, folks. The show continues. Right now, Random Shot still in the lead over King Wade. Ring Wraith still in third place since Sunday, still fourth place. A couple cars have lost that lead pack now. As you get further and further into this green flag run, if you look at our mini-map, we see the field is stretched out once more as always. Yeah, even without having the bump drafting rule, it's still pretty strung out overall the field, and it's somewhat expected. Obviously, Forza physics aren't exactly the same as real life, so the inside line just pretty much trumps everything else, which is still unfortunate to see, because obviously you can't see the great racing that you see on TV in real life, but still some great action, folks. Still got a lot of laps here to go, a lot of action to come, so make sure to stay tuned to the PPRL 500, brought to you by Belgian Youth Symphony 2021 Notes Campaign. Stay tuned after this 9-second break. Are you still watching the stream?
Yeah. Kind of.
Is there an ad running right now?
No.
No. And welcome back.
Yeah, there is.
There's okay. Yep. Okay. Is it 90 seconds?
It's about to end.
Oh, it's almost done? And welcome back, everyone, to beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for round 1 of the PPRL Cup Series Season 19 here for the PPRL 500. Currently on lap 131 of 200. And, man, it's been a pretty good race so far. A lot of action. A little quiet right now. And I probably jinxed it already, so sure, as the action picks up, we'll see more wrecks, and obviously we know cautions breed more cautions, so we'll see how it goes, folks. make sure to stay tuned, guys. It's gonna be a great race. It's gonna be a little quiet here, just trying to save our vocal cords. Myself and Train Boy both in the booth right now, but we'll see how it goes. See, folks, right now, material line. The line has materialized on that outside right now. This guy's trying to get past Random Shy. Great work by those guys on that outside line right now. Able to almost get by him, but here comes the inside line. Right back at him was Random Shy. Still trying to keep in the lead. Being pushed by Wade. Here comes Dawson and Wraith as well, but right now Sunday and Dartman Dan in the 88 and 66 respectively doing a fantastic job on the outside line, showing how that outside line has to be run in order to make some position. This is the racing that we were looking forward to. You see Sunday going to side draft. Ramshy and Wade are not working as well together right now, but 66 and 88 have locked bumpers a little bit using that bubble draft. As Ramshy gets another block on him. Let's see what happens right now. Ramshy able to fully clear himself on him, but Sunday gonna look to inside and no, maybe not. Yes, he does. And caution's out, folks. As we said, I jinxed it as always, and caution has been called once more. Looks like not completely sure why there isn't the caution. Oh, we see Ramshy sideways there. Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, I think Wraith showing his displeasure to Random Shy there, turning him a little bit. So, looks like a couple cars have gone to pit. Under our 10th caution of the night, folks, on lap 135.201. Still have about another hour and 15 minutes of racing to go, folks. So a lot of action yet to come. So make sure to stay tuned, sit back, relax, and enjoy the race. So yeah, folks, we see a lot of the leaders coming to the pits here, gonna hand the lead to Mini Panda. Led a couple laps. What's up, David? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for being here. It's been a pretty long night, man. So just trying to save my voice right now, but hope y'all are enjoying. Still got another about hour and 15 more minutes to go in the race. Right now in the booth, alongside me we have Train Boy right now. He's kind of just doing his own thing right now. He's not in the lobby at all. But, if you want to say hi, Train Boy, let us know that you're still live.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know, man. So,
I don't know what's keeping me awake. Red Bull shots or this blue light coming from my TV.
Let's put a poll up, guys, and someone will let us know. But yeah, guys, got a lot of action to go here still. The longest race of the season right now underway, folks. 200 laps for the Daytona PPRL 500 here. Looks like a couple cars getting their laps back. I don't know what Back in Black is doing. He is taking the lead for some reason, and I don't think he's realized it. I'm sure he'll get a penalty for that. He's well in front of the pack. I'm not sure. If he's going to pit right now, he is doing it illegally. He should not. I think he's going to pit right here. Yeah, he's gone to pit, but he overtook the leaders well and truly there, so I'm sure he'll be penalized for that sooner. But folks, here we go. Mini Panda coming to the line. Field in the hands of Mini Panda. As Mini Panda getting ready to roll off here. As green flag's in the air. Dawson beats Mini Panda to the line. Dawson gets the initial jump, able to overtake Mini Panda. So Dawson already ahead of Mini Panda, as Back in Black is our leader right now. Sorry, no longer. Dawson has taken the lead here. As for the back of the pack, it's absolute pandemonium. We'll go ahead back and go over with King Wade and see how he manages this chaos as we go on board with his roof cam. Look at that, 2-3 wide racing in front of him. He's going to tuck in right behind Dartman Dan there. Let's see what he can do now. Going to be trying to make his way through this pandemonium. We see, looks like the 11 is right above him. Going to go tuck in. The 42 is just a little ahead of him. 42 trying to tuck in behind Dan. That's not clear yet. 11 closing in on him. You know, folks, that draft is vital to staying in touch with everyone else. If you're out of the draft, you're going to be much slower than everyone else. 42 has a chance here. He's going to take it here. Yep, he does. 42 dives in there. So green's a lot right in front of King Wade. It's King Wade right now. In 15th place still. Pack single file. Right now, the pack all single file. One of our only restarts so far that we haven't had a massive wreck of some sort in early goings. But if you are just joining us, welcome along to the PPRL 500 here, brought to you by the USO 2021 Notes campaign. If you want to donate, there'll be a link in the chat to do so. See King Wade going to the outside line, trying to make something happen there. Not completely sure why he's doing that, just because obviously he doesn't have a drafting partner, but he believes that is a line to work with. Let's go ahead and go further up the pack, and let's see what the leaders are trying to do here. Let's go ahead and go on board with Dawson and look behind him. And looking back on the rest of the field from Dawson's perspective, our leader. Obviously, when you're Dawson, you see all these cars behind you. Your only instinct is to block as hard as you can. Trammer, can you give us a little bit of insight on, what's a good block and, when not to block?
So, when not to block is when they're about a car length behind you and gaining fast, because then that's just going to cause a wreck. That's going to make everyone in the lobby mad at you, and you're not going to have very much friends at the next Daytona or any pack racing race that we have. A good block would be, say someone's coming to your outside, and you draw them all the way down to the double yellow line.
And good insight for sure, man. Obviously, having friends here is so important. And if you don't have friends, you're just going to be falling back faster than you can say Tallahassee. And
Dawson.
here we see right now, Dawson still looking back on the rest of the field. Relatively quiet right now, single file, but as I say that, probably already jinxed it. Should be looking for caution soon. A little under 60 laps to go here. So here we go, Trainboy. Last 1 hour of racing here. What is going through these guys' mind? They've been going here. They've been racing for the past 2 hours and 15 minutes. They know they have at least a minimum of another hour to go. How do they stay focused, and when do they flip that switch and go full aggressive mode?
So right now they're still in, okay, we gotta make it to at least the last 10 laps. The last 10 laps is where stuff usually goes crazy here at Daytona. Moves start being made, and we saw that in an extent at the real Daytona 500 this past year when Brad Kozlowski coming into turn 4, going into turn 3 and 4, tried to go for the winning pass and then got spun out and wrecked. You don't know what's going to happen until the last lap coming out of turn 4. And
Absolutely.
even then, King Trioval to a certain extent. 2020 Daytona 500, Ryan Newman going up in the air.
Absolutely, man. We've seen that time and time again. You never know till you get to the line. Like we saw in SWWRL first race of their season. We saw Culture was in about 7th place coming out of the last couple corners and somehow won the race due to a massive wreck. So, it's never over till you cross that line and take the checker flag. So, as you said, man, you just gotta stay you gotta stay focused. But we've seen a lot of green flag runs. It seems like these guys have started to lull into a sense of, into a rhythm here. When you're so far behind, how do you keep yourself, in it? Like, what do you tell yourself to, make sure you don't lose focus?
So where the way that I usually do it is just like, okay, they're gonna wreck. It's not that far to the point where wrecks are usually very, very common. So I'm just waiting for that point where wrecks are gonna happen, where I'm gonna be able to make at least a couple of points. Because even though Daytona is super fast and super exciting, on Forza it's very hard to make up positions here. So the caution is really the main way you can make up positions at this track.
Absolutely, man. We see most of the leaders pitting. It looks like all the leaders have pit at this point. The only car who's yet to pit is Zenith and King Wade, and Kart's already back out on track. So yeah, Zenith right now, one of the only cars yet to pit here, and he's by himself. And we said train, but we've talked about this so many times here tonight. You gotta be in the draft, especially when you're pitting, because he's gonna be losing so much time to the guys behind him. What are your options? Because we've talked about being in the situation, but what are your options now? We know that you have King Wade behind you. He's about a second and a half behind him. What are your options? What is he thinking right now? What to do?
Basically, if you're all alone, and you have a pretty sizable lead, you're just being like, okay, how long is it gonna take him to get up to me? And even if he does get up to me, how am I gonna block him? And if he's coming up slow enough, will I only have to block him for one lap?
Yeah, because right now on board with King Wade, we see that he is currently about 6.2 seconds ahead of Back in Black, who is yet to pit, and then Zenith is about 23 seconds behind him. So right now King Wade is literally in his own zip code by himself right now. What's they have to do at this point? Because we know he's off cycle. He's gonna have to pit. It looks like if he has enough fuel, he should be able to pit. He'll have to pit at least one more time. We know that for a fact. He's to pit at least one more time. But do you think he can make it on a one-stop strategy from here? As looks like caution's been called.
I don't believe. What?
Caution's been called, but yeah, go ahead.
I was just about to say, the only way he's gonna be able to make it is if there's a caution. If he's gonna be able to win, if there's a caution that comes out, and then he's able to pit from the lead, and then at least so he's somewhat close. But
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the rule where pit road is closed right after caution is called out. I'm pretty sure that is called. That is a thing.
Yeah, so right now he is by himself. Back in Black's right behind him. The field is right now coming out of turns 1 and 2, so they're going to be taking their sweet time to get there, but they'll probably catch him before they even get to the pit lane. So right now, Wade is looking at a bad situation because if he does pit now, he's gonna be behind pretty much every car on the lead lap, which is pretty much everyone. So, what do you think he should stay out for now and attempt to stretch it out as far as he can and wait for another caution, or should he just bite the bullet now, pit here, and then pit one more time and be done?
So I would just, at this situation, I would pit, because then maybe you could try to stretch it out a little bit, because you may not know this for the people watching, weight does play a factor on Forza, a little less with the heavier cars, with like a stock car, a Formula 1 car surprisingly, but you go to some of the more loose type series with like Smoky Unic and stuff like that. And you'll see near the end of the race that the rear inside tires of those cars will actually be lifting off the ground, where at the beginning of the race they're pretty planted.
Absolutely. We see here King Wade decides to stay out, but Back in Black has pit. So it looks like a split strategy is there from the Chevy teammates or the Chevy drivers. And it looks like I think it's going to be Peter Desani getting his lap back in the Mobile 114 Chevrolet. And it looks like most guys are driving on the apron. Is that just to save? Is that to save fuel, train boy? Or why do they do that? Why are they driving the apron?
I honestly have no clue why they're driving the apron.
See
I have
Dawson,
been
a little
on
bit of
this.
lawnmower action from him there.
I think the reason why most of them are driving on the apron is to save fuel, because it is a shorter distance around the track. But also, then, if they need to, they can run too wide on the apron if there's multiple cars coming to get their lap backs and stuff like that, worst case scenario and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've seen it kind of all night. Only a couple cars, but right now I think everyone's kind of on fuel conservation mode. So I think most cars who just pit, like Dawson, those guys, they should be able to make it on one more stop if they save enough fuel. So should be tight, but let's see how it goes out, folks. As you see, here comes Dawson and Wade as they prepare to go to green once more here. Just a little over 50 laps to go. About an hour of racing to go here, folks. A lot of action to go here. This is when the action really starts to pick up. We've seen the aggression is already relatively high. We saw some aggressive blocks, even the first 10 laps. But here we are, folks. A little over 50 laps to go. Field in the hands of King Wade, coming to the green flag. And green flags in the air. King Wade gets a good start, able to get past Dawson on that outside line. He's not going to be able to clear him, though. That inside line is pushing him very, very hard right now. King Wade able to clear himself now. Is in front of that inside line. 2-3 wide racing further back in the field right now. The first 5 or 6 rows have single filed out, but further back they're still battling for position and scrapping away. Thank you for the follow there, Emily Midnight. Appreciate that. If you're just joining us, welcome along to the PPRL 500. Just back under green here. Exiv has found his way up to second place. We know that, some of these guys, Exiv, Kart Racer, Sunday Q&K, Wade, all these guys, so aggressive. So, they're just in a league of their own, but it just seems like they find their way to the front of the pack. Like, how do they do that? Like, every race, no matter where they start, they somehow find their way up to the pack. Train boy?
Oh.
Yep.
So what I really think what happens is they're good racers. They're the guys who spend hours upon hours thinking about strategies, talking to their teammates, and just trying to figure out the game itself. Because at some point in time, we were all at the same skill level when the game first came out, obviously, and stuff like that. So it's a lot difficult. It's a lot more difficult to kind of run against these guys. So you really want to try to be on teams with them, so maybe you could help yourself get up to the front a lot easier.
Absolutely, man. Looking back right now from the perspective of King Wade's bumper, as Exiv is giving a little massage there to him, going down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. You can see this absolutely long train of cars, and we see a lot of aggressive pushes right now. This is where you start to see those mistakes being made by guys, and you see this huge wrecks happen. Go ahead, go on board with Optimal Mantis. Led a couple laps earlier in the race right now, side by side with Karts, not Kart Racer, just Karts, making his PPRL debut. right now. Optimal Mantis is behind the 17 of Random Shy. I'm seeing a lot of aggressive pushes and moves from Random Shy here tonight. I'm sure we'll see a couple more out of him for sure. They are aggressively pushing his kart racers out of line here. He's going to be falling back very fast unless he can tuck in front of Culture or someone. It doesn't look like there's a gap. Maybe, yes, there is. As kart racer is able to close the gap as Optimal Mantis and Random Shy. This seems like Random Shy just can't hold his line as well. I think he is on a controller, so that's going to be hurting him compared to some of these guys on wheel. They're just so much more smoother than him, but Random Shy holding tough on his own right now, but really struggling in those corners to hold his line. Yeah, Train, we've talked about, driver skill, but how much does it come down to having a wheel versus a controller here at Daytona?
So a controller versus a wheel here at Daytona. So.
Oh, we see a car spinning there. Looks like, sorry there to cut you off, man, but not completely sure who that was. Went straight into the inside wall there. Hopefully they're okay, but go ahead, Train Boy.
Yeah, as I was saying, like a wheel and the controller. If you know how to run a controller really well, you can run as smooth as someone on a wheel with a controller. It's all about how you're able to practice working your thumb. And I know that sounds weird, but that's just the straight truth. I had to figure that out before I got my own wheel set up like that. And then I had to reteach myself after my first wheel setup broke. So it's all about learning and figuring stuff out. With a wheel, it's just depending on the force feedback, it's varying how easy it is to keep the wheel straight.
Absolutely, man. Just the way you set it up, obviously. I know some of these guys, they have different setups for Daytona. I was talking to Culture earlier in the week. He says that he turns down his force feedback a little bit at Daytona just because it's not as much needed, and also just because of the length of the race. Because these guys are doing this for at this rate they'll be going for about 3.5 hours almost, and it takes a wear on your body. Like, it's not, everyone thinks, oh, it's just turning left. It's simply not as easy as just turning left. Obviously, it's not as hard as real life, but these guys are under a lot of pressure. These are some of the best drivers in Forza Motorsport 7, and they have to compete at their best the full time. So there's a lot of stress behind it, especially if it's a big race like this. Oh, as you see, it looks like a mini panda out of shape there in turns 1 and 2. Slow right now, being passed by multiple cars as Panda drops. Yeah, these guys are truly pushing so hard, as we see Culture going to be one lap down as well. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. You're currently watching the PPRL 500 brought to you by the EOSO 2021 Notes campaign. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Ten seconds out.
And I didn't run the same.
And welcome back. Yeah, we're in a beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for the PPRL 500, brought to you by the EOSO 2021 Notes campaign. Well, tonight's race is the first race of season 19. Here for our first 500 mile of the season. We have a couple very long races here, so should be a very interesting season, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Um, we got a little over 40 laps to go here at Daytona, so as we continue on, it's going to be a lot of aggression from some of these guys, and we know that cautions breed cautions, so we'll see how this goes. Right now, King Wade in at 48 Ally Chevy is going to be our leader as the field starts to thin out a little bit. But obviously some of our top drivers have made it up through the field. King Wade, Dawson, Active, Sandy QMK, all those guys up to the front end of the field. But a little surprised about Azure. Azure is great here at Daytona, so there's a culture further back in the field right now. But I'm sure that with the next 40 laps or so of racing that they should be able to make it through, especially if you have a couple more cautions.
How about with this being so far into the racing, with them being kind of single file?
Oh, and they're wrecking there. Car racer spun around. And Dawson is going to be the first DNF. Looks like Dawson has had a mechanical failure. Trainwire, I'll be sending you an invite to the thing. And there we go. Dawson going to be our first mechanical failure. Going to be a DNF there. Was running very well inside the top 5 there, but very unfortunate for him. Going to have to have a catch-up season already in the early goings. Had a great start to season 18. It's going to have a horrible start to season 19 here. Last in the point standings.
Yeah, that's Dawson running pretty well pretty much all night. Starting, I know the sun doesn't really show it in the game, but these guys have definitely been running for over 3 hours now, and it's definitely starting to take a toll on people's internet, on their mechanical things, because with a larger tech wheel, like the one I have, the gears are the motors are gonna be so hot, they're gonna be practically overheating.
Yep, about 2.5 hours at this point they've been going, plus practice, so these guys have been going for quite a while now at this point. Under, I believe, our 12th caution period of the night, folks, here on lap 162 of 201. Dawson going to be the first driver to DNF due to mechanical failure with the engine. So, Trimbo, if you can go ahead and get him invited to the party, we can go ahead and have an interview with him real fast during the caution period.
Yeah, I don't know if I am on my friend list. I don't think I do.
Can you search it up real fast and get him in, please?
Yeah. Find someone.
And here we go, folks. The field getting ready to go side by side once more for the upcoming restart. Folks, King Wade has chosen that outside line once more. We know that everyone has to pit at least one more time here, so it is looking like a one-stop race for pretty much every driver here, folks. So let's see how this plays out. We're going to go ahead and go to the tail end of the field for this next restart. Kind of get a look of how it is. We saw Kart Racer got wrecked there, so we'll go ahead and go on board with him, see how he attacks this restart. Going to be all the way back on, I believe, row 9. So he's going to have his duty. He's going to have his work cut out for him. folks, we're seeing a black screen. Just trying to get Dawson into this party real fast. And there we go, folks. Getting ready to go once more. Kart racer right now in 17th place, I believe. Sorry, 18th place. So yeah, in the 9th row. Gonna be has work cut out here. Gonna be alongside as it were. Let's see if these guys can make their way up through the field once more. Let's go ahead and watch him for this restart.
You already got him, didn't you?
Here we go, folks. Leaders coming to the line. Green flag's back in the air. Looks like already a car sideways there, but I think King Wade, yeah, Wade was able to keep the initial lead, I believe, off the restart. But here comes Kart Racer. Oh, is there already contact? As there goes one car in
There's
the
a wreck
wall.
in the
Yep,
back.
there's a couple cars are wrecking in the back already. As you can see on our camera, yep, a couple cars are already wrecking.
Looks like Juno, Ack, Rick, and Pablo. I don't know how to
Yeah, Pub
pronounce that.
Pub Dasani, P-Dub Dasani. And yep,
Mini Panda, I think, may have gotten involved, or he was just trying to avoid it.
yeah, but Kart Racer able to stay out of trouble now, but he's gonna be well behind the packs and has to catch the draft off as it were. Already gained 2 positions off that wreck, but he's gonna have to really push here to make sure he can catch up to the pack.
King Wade getting a bit squirrely. I think he's one of the people running a controller.
Yeah, King Wade is one of our controller wizards, so he's gonna have to stay focused here. I'm sure his thumbs are gonna be hurting, but only about 34 more laps to go to the line, closing in on about half an hour of racing to go.
Looks like he's getting a bit of a bump from people behind him. Looks like that entire train kind of pushing him a little bit. As Optimal Mantis is trying to force Wade onto the outside lane so he could go on the bottom and take the lead as he's forcing him down below the double
Wade.
yellow line.
Yeah, well under the double yellow
Oh,
there.
Wade getting swirly.
Oh, sideways Wade! Oh man, what a save there. As Optimal Mantis all over the back bumper of Wade right now. It is very, very tight for first place. The aggression has really turned up all of a sudden.
Whoa, Wade sliding it again, coming into the triangle.
Oh my god, great saves from Wade right now. I have no idea how he's still going straight there. Optimal Mantis absolutely destroying his back bumper.
Optimal Mantis, yeah, definitely needs to back off from Wade right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely bump drafting as well, so he might get a penalty for that post-race.
They're catching up to Mini Panda, one of the people involved in that early green flag run wreck. What will he do? Will he just get out of the way?
I think he should. Like, realistically, there's no point of fighting just because, you know, these guys are much, much faster than him, and obviously they have much more on the line than him, so he should realistically get out of the way. I think he is going high.
King Wade's getting squirrely again, being pushed by Optimal Mantis. Mini Panda goes to the high line here to get out of the way.
As you go on board with Exiv, right now watching King Wade being pushed by Optimal Mantis here. I'm sure Exiv is going to try to take advantage of these guys fighting. But I think Optimal Mantis, I think Wade is running without his back wheels on the ground right now. Is really hurting him. Optimal Mantis has got to be a little less aggressive with the pushing. You know, a little closing on 30 laps to go, but still's got to stay smart with it. You can't just start wrecking them.
Yeah, and I think if a caution comes out, as Wade dives it down to the pit lane.
So this should be his last stop, but
this is that. If he, in my opinion, he probably should have taken that caution before this restart, taking it down into the pit lane. But now with Optimal Mantis and Axiv out, still pretty good drivers in their own right. Let's see how will Axiv repay the favor that Optimal Mantis gave to Wade.
Yeah, I mean, around now is when most teams are trying to pit, so But it will be tight though for Wade if he's going to try to make it on fuel. That's the main thing. You know, tires don't matter as much as Daytona, but it's important to make sure you keep that fuel going. I remember my first ever PPRL race back in season 15, I believe. Season either 14 or 15, so ages ago. My first ever race for the full season. I ran out of fuel coming at the start-finish line. I lost 4 laps. I was the leader at that time. I lost 4 laps. So it's imperative to keep fuel in your tank, guys. Just that's the moral of the story here.
That's why I talked about near the beginning of the thing. If you get a warning on your screen saying you're at 2% fuel and you need to come in and listen to it, you may be able to go one more lap if you're in the draft, but if you're the leader, you have to come in. Because you're not saving fuel, you're getting a little bit faster, but it's not that much.
Absolutely, man. You know, I think these guys you can't take any risk, especially when there's so much on the line. You know, you're so close to
It's like Random Shy and Mini Panda are trying to work together here to try to pass the 2 leaders to get Mini Panda back on the lead lap and Random Shy into the lead.
Yeah, we see it right now. Mini Panda's pushing Random hard. Random's a little squirrely as well, much like Wade. And here comes Random Shy going to the inside, right behind Exit. Let's see what they do. Are they going to try the outside? I think they are. Mini Panda and Random working together right now, tandeming, which is obviously outlawed. But you are allowed to tandem hook up for a couple seconds, much like in real life. A couple laps down, JW Reno, D-Dog, a couple other guys, as well as Mini Panda.
What do you think will happen with Wade if a caution comes out?
He's looking pretty rosy because he's done with his last pit stop, so if he can save enough fuel, he should be able to make it up. Gonna check something real fast, guys, mix-wise. Mr. Pepper, if you can go ahead, if you can turn your mic or your audio up as well, I'll try to fix it here. So give us 1 second. You're gonna see a black screen for a brief second.
Whoa! Oh. The leaders have entered pit lane, and here they come. Will Wade... The question is, how will Wade benefit from all the leaders coming into the pit lane?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see, though, for sure, because obviously we know that he pit by himself, so we're going to see how this plays out still.
The leaders are starting to exit pit lane. Will Wade be able to at least get by them if they're lower down on speed?
Yep, that is the question right now, folks. But, Mr. Pepper, let us know if you can hear us better also, man.
They're out on track, but will Wade link up with them, or does he have the momentum to at least get around 1 or 2 of the cars?
I don't know. Let's go ahead on board with Wade. Here, he's going to be coming outside here of Kart Racer. Should be able to get past Kart Racer.
He has the momentum.
I don't think he has enough to get past Azure. He might. Yes, he does. He definitely has enough to get past Azure. Yep, able to get past him.
Now back into the top 10, so he's looking very peachy right now. If there's caution, then he's definitely going to be there to...
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple slow cars right now. This might be a caution. There's slow cars in... Yep, caution's caught out for sure. They're just slow in the backstretch, so that is caution.
Yeah, so caution is out. King Wade securing 10th place here for the final restart.
And I don't know why Azor's passing King Wade there. Caution has been called. I don't know why they're all passing Wade, but a lot of these cars should be pitting soon, so this should give Wade or one of those guys back to the lead sooner or later, just because of the way it cycles out. But King Wade has to save fuel now. He's got to save hard just to make sure that.
I think that's why they were actually passing him. Wade's slowing down.
I think
so much earlier.
Yeah.
A lot of these top guys may actually pit again, just so then they have enough fuel to make it to the end, and King Wade may take advantage of that.
Yep.
People got a lot of takers, and King Wade is going to be also a taker here coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think this is the safer strategy to make sure
that will pass the lead off to Random Shy, the 5th third 17 machine.
Yeah, I think this is honestly this is your best bet just because you do not have to. You just gotta be, you don't have to run out of fuel. Guys,
King Wade coming out of pit lane in 14th position, dropping a couple spots on pit road, it looks like.
yep. Guys, remember if you do want to join the league, there is going to be a link in the chat that will take you straight to the league Discord, so you guys can get in contact. Thank you, Mr. Pepper J, for the follow. Appreciate that, man. Really do. Folks, you're watching the PPRL 500 here at Daytona International Raceway, the first race of season 19. Make sure to drop a follow if you're new to the channel.
Oh, ring lagged out.
And looks like, Wraith, our outside pole sitter here, is out of this race with another sort of issue. Can you go ahead and get him in the party? We'll go ahead and check out, do an interview with him as well. Looks like we have a car going reverse. Who's that? Someone's going reverse on track. That'll be a penalty for sure. It's going to be Greens a lot, going reverse on track. So that'll be a penalty for sure. I'm sure the stewards will take note of that and will assess the penalty at the end of the race.
Is that an L or a J?
I believe it's Ellering Wraith. Okay, folks, here come the leaders. Back to the line. As green flags out in the air once more, Random Check gets a fantastic launch off. Able to work well here with Optimal Mantis' exit tucks behind him, Kart Racer right behind him as well. Mostly the first 6 or 7 rows of guys are currently single file. Further back, 2 3 wide racing still. As we see, Optimal Mantis goes to the outside, followed by Exiv.
Okay, we got.
And we have, looks like we are finally able to catch up with Wraith there.
Well,
man.
they're wrecking.
Oh, and they're wrecking hard. Wraith, just stand by with us here, but they're wrecking there in turns 3 and 4. A couple cars involved in that one. Hopefully all the drivers are okay. But Ring Wraith here, outside pole sitter for tonight's race, is currently going to be on the call with us. Man, Wraith, you were looking so good. What happened there in the last couple laps, and what happened to your car?
Honestly gutted. Like, my Wi-Fi just gave out for no apparent reason. We had the strategy, we had the call. Honestly, we could have won this. I really would just want to say a bunch of other stuff right now, but I'm trying to hold my peace. But, like, I am absolutely, I don't know. I'm beyond frustrated. I knew that with the team that I had tonight, no matter who it was, we all had a chance at the win, and we were pushing each other to the absolute limit. And, of course, something goes wrong, I lag out, it throws the whole strategy to shit, and now they're having to battle all the way back up through the field because of just one little blip like that. Would have had the win.
And
just
there you go, folks.
not today.
Yeah, there you go, folks. A very frustrated Ring Wraith, and very fair of him to be angry. Had a great strategy for sure. Was looking very rosy there at the last couple laps. Obviously tough break for you there, man. Good luck. We still have a lot of races to go, man. So good luck, and hope you can get everything fixed. Oh, and they're wrecking once more in turn 3 and 4.
I think they saved. Nope, they wrecked.
No, they wrecked it. And we saw earlier during our Wraith's interview, we also saw that it seemed like there was a car that went through the infield, and so yeah, a lot of carnage happening here, folks. That as we close in on those last couple laps, man, only about 20 laps to go. This is when that switch starts to be flipped, right, Train?
Oh yeah, the switch is definitely flipped at this point, where everyone is going to try their best to get as many positions as they can. And if there's a caution if a caution comes out, everyone's strategy is most likely gonna be, I'm staying out, because their pit stops are done. We're coming to 21 laps to go, right here. So it's really just anyone's game at this point. Like we've said multiple times, we really don't know who's gonna win until we cross the start-finish line on the last lap.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, it's
I think the caution might have been called.
not completely sure. We'll see when the leaders do cross the line if a caution was called. Seems like we do have a couple slow cars on the back stretch, so we will see if a caution was called, folks. Oh, random shy through the tri-oval.
Don't believe there was a caution, but
there is
now
no
they're gonna
caution.
have-
For sure, there's no caution. But here comes Exiv on the outside.
They're 3 wide.
3 wide there as they're
Three
trying to lap a car.
wide.
Exiv right now is trying to get past Random Shy.
As they're catching up to slower traffic here.
Here's the
Black
battle
and
we were
Black,
looking for, folks.
King
Right now,
Wade
side
and
by
Sunday
side
are
for the
all
lead.
together. Further on towards the back straightaway.
Yeah, we see right now side by side for the lead. Right now, that outside line has 3 cars versus the 2 cars in the inside line. Let's see if they can link up and get going. You know, the outside line, you know, it just doesn't work as well. But here comes Exiv on that outside line with a push from Optimal Mantis. It's enough though. As Mini Panda goes to the inside. I don't think it's going to be enough unless something happens.
Oh, a little bit of contact.
Yeah, Kart Racer going a little higher there. Almost makes contact with Optimal Mantis. Optimal Mantis, good defensive driving from him. Able to keep it off. Kart Racer there.
I think Random Shy able to get in front of Active here, and Kart Racer is now behind him.
Yep, so Axiv's going to try to tuck in. Yes, he does. So he's going to ditch Optimal Mantis there. Optimal's going to have to fend for himself. It's side by side there between Exiv and Kart Racer. Going through the tri-oval, still side by side. Mini Panda makes contact there. Kart Racer getting forced out, going to have to fall back here.
Third place after being a lap down.
Yeah, Mini Panda showing some great speed here right now. Third place. Some aggressive blocks though from him. Not going to be making any more friends than he already has.
Oh yeah, they have to understand. I tell this to my teammates whenever I get on the new teams. If we're racing at Daytona and I'm behind you or I'm in front of you and it's the last lap, all our friendships go out the window.
Absolutely.
At that point, it's just we're trying to win the race.
It's Daytona, baby. Yes, sir. The 500 here, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome along for the PPRL 500, the inaugural race of season 19. Here we go, folks. Only 17 more laps to go at the line. Sorry, 18 laps to go at the line, folks. And right now, aggressive bump drafting from all these guys.
Optimal Mantis being forced to the outside. Ooh.
Yeah, Kart Racer's gonna go with him. Let's see this Exiv jump out in front. I don't think he's gonna jump out until they're closer up to him. Yes, he does. He jumps out in front here. What can Exiv do on this outside line? He's gonna get blocked
like
by
Mini
Random
Panda's
Shy.
trying
But here
to
comes Exiv on the inside. 3 wide there. 3 wide as Kart Racer all the way on the outside. Gonna be dumped by Optimal Mantis. He's gonna have to tuck it behind him. Yes, he does. But as these guys are fighting, here comes the rest of the pack. Random Shy blocking for his life here, going up and down from left to right. As here comes Optimal Mantis once more on the outside line as Random Shy's wheels absolutely lift off the ground there by Exiv. But Random Shy being pushed by Kart Racer right now, but that inside line just has the sheer amount of numbers. This is the racing we've been looking forward to all night, folks. Only 16 more laps to go at the line.
I've been saying this all night. The last 20 laps is really where it happens, where the chaos starts, and that is definitely showing here right now.
Absolutely, man. We've talked about this so much. These guys have been racing the past 3 hours almost. They know that only another 15-ish minutes, if they can keep it without a caution, which is highly unlikely, but another 15 more minutes of non-stop racing. Can these guys keep it off each other, keep it going? Here comes Exiv to the outside of Random Shy. Random Shy not going to block. Exiv tucks right back in. Random Shy sideways going into turns 1 and 2.
As they're traveling almost 200 miles per hour by the entrance of turns 1 and 2. maybe 102 at coming to the entrance of turns 3 and 4 with how close they are with the pack.
Absolutely, man. The speed's so high, but obviously there's a restriction here just to enable some more great pack racing, as you see right now. As we're also has made his way up through the field, as we're struggled earlier in the night, but has found his way up through the field. As we're has his only win here, so as we're definitely loves this track and is showing that here tonight. As we see
Exit to the outside.
Yeah.
Aswar is giving him the support, but Mini Panda is behind Random Shy, so let's see how much support Mini Panda may give him. Oh, contact. Active side by side with Random Shy going down the back straightaway.
Right now on board with Azuar, folks. Gonna get a great view of this battle here between these guys. Right now, Exiv is by himself. He has no push. As Azuar sideways, able to save it though. Great save from Azuar, but Exiv right now gonna be by himself. Yep, as we see, Exiv gonna be losing position left and right here. As he's gonna try to tuck in behind Optimal Mantis right now. So look back from Azuar's rear bumper. Oh, Exiv sideways. Oh my God, what a save there by Exiv. Very courteous of Dan not to pile drive it in there.
Is there single file here? At this point, this is where.
Oh, Panda and Azuar. Oh my!
Just keep it together.
And
how did they save that?
What a save from them! Absolute fantastic save from those guys.
We definitely need to get an interview with them after this.
Yeah, for sure. Some great pushing, a lot of great saves we've seen here tonight, folks. But right now, Random Shot trying to hold him off, get his second ever pole position Cup Series win. See some more smoke flying through the triover. But could Panda get his first ever win tonight?
The next 2 laps will be 10 to go next. I think it's going to either be 21 or 10 to go next time by. 11 to go, sorry.
11 to go next time by. Yep, 11 to go. Actually, correction, it's 12 to go. It's 12 to go the next time by.
Oh, yeah, because we're going to 201 because they place left at the beginning of the race.
Yep. Here we see Panda going to be shuffled all the way to the back of this 5-car line. He's going to have to tuck in here. Going to have to tuck in right behind Dan. Very well done by Panda there. But right now, Random Shy still has, and we see a car slow there as Random Shy getting pushed straight through the triover. Here comes Optimal Mantis back on the outside line, being pushed there by Dartman Dan.
As Optimal Mantis is being pushed by Azuar, yeah. They're being pushed.
But Mini Panda is losing these guys a little bit. He's going to have to really push here and try to get back in that draft if he wants to get his first ever win.
11 to go next time by. At 10 to go, that's when it really hits the fan and stuff like that.
Absolutely,
so,
man.
Again, what lap does the cautions no longer count?
Like I believe it's lap 200 when they take the flag for lap 200, 2 to go at the line. I believe that's when the caution cutoff is pretty much enacted. And here we see Exiv going to the outside line. That's when those gloves are really taking off. Those guys can go at it. They can wreck whoever they want. And that will be official. So here comes Exiv on the outside line with Optimal Mantis, but Dartman Dan still on the inside with Random Shy. But here comes Azuar as Panda is tucking in behind him. Exiv by himself right now is going to have to figure something out if he wants to get this lead.
Drains a lot. Coming as a lap car. Will Random Shy use him as a pick to pull away from Optimal Mantis? Or Dartman Dan. Sorry about that.
All good, man. I think it'll be tough because I think Greens will go up onto the high side, so doesn't want to interfere with this battle. I think. Oh, Random Shy sideways. Oh my God, what a save from him! What a fantastic save! How is he saving these? Fantastic driving from all these guys.
We gotta hear the radioactive after this race.
Absolutely, man. We gotta go scan these guys. Absolutely fantastic defensive driving. See Dartman Dan trying to go to the outside of Random Shy, not able to get there, but Exiv and Azuar a little further behind. They're gonna have to link up if they want to get past it. Exiv gonna work there with the Greens a lot. As here comes Azuar. Oh, Exiv sideways there.
In the pit lane.
Almost gets wrecked there by Greens a lot. As here comes Azuar on Greens a lot and Exiv. Azuar to the outside, not able to get a good run there. As Random Shy almost wrecks once more with Dartman Dan.
10 laps to go.
10 laps to go at the line, folks. You're watching the PPRL 500.
The chaos is hitting the fan, folks. This is Thank you for anyone who's willing to stay up this late
Yeah, we've been going for
to
3
watch
hours
an
now.
to watch an esport.
Yeah, folks, thanks so much. We've been going for about 3 hours now. One of the longest PPRL Cup Series races in a row for the regular season. Oh, Aswar sideways. What a save once more. We've seen a lot of great saves, folks, and I don't know. These guys are on something else tonight.
I know exactly what Random Shy is thinking right now. And if you guys don't know what that is, sensors.
Yeah, I know for sure. Ramshai right now in a position he hasn't been in a long time. Ramshai won at Daytona very, very long time ago, but he's trying to get his second ever Cup Series win. Can he do it here tonight, folks? Only 7 more laps to go at the line.
Yeah, at this point, these guys are just praying. There's another thing I definitely know what he's thinking is, please don't have a caution. Don't have a caution.
Absolutely, man. We know the cautions can be race wreckers, so right now on board with Exiv. Right now in third place. Here goes Dan to the outside. Exiv going to the inside of Random Shot here. Exiv to the inside of Dartman Dan, but so does Random Shot. Goes to the Tucka in front of Dartman Dan, but Exiv to the inside of Dan.
Exiv to the inside. He's there. Exiv is there. And
He's going to be able to push Dartman Dan out of the way. Dan has to tuck in real fast if he wants to make sure he can stay within touch with these guys. But the question now is, with only 6 more laps to go at the line, what can these guys do? But here comes Dan back on the outside line as Random Shy is towing him down that backstretch. Exiv side drafting Dan there, going into turns 3 and 4.
Random Shy's gonna have to go to the bottom, or else the lead's gonna be taken.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got to block the inside line, but he's a little hesitant. He wants to block Dan as well. Dan has a good push here. As Dan gets by Exiv on that outside. Random Shot blocking Dan.
To the inside.
Great move there by Dan. Fantastic push for Dan as Dan is able to.
Random Shy's able to block him.
Yeah, Random Shot right now. Very good defensive driving from the young driver. As we look at Random Shy, folks, the field are really stretched out on the map right now. I'm sure he would love to not see a caution, but the caution cutoff is yet to be enacted. 2 more laps before the caution cutoff at the line. This is definitely the most nervous part of the race, because you know that if you have a caution, you're going to have to re-rack it up. And Random Shy sideways. Oh, what a save once more. Dan able to keep it off him. Random Shy still sideways. Oh my God, he was sideways. I don't know how he's saving it. Absolute God saves him here.
I don't know. I know if I was this tired, this fatigued, I would not be able to save those.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great driving there from Random Shy. Has saved it more times than I can count, and more times than I want to count also.
I think around 1,000.
That seems about right. But right now, look at this. Exiv has fallen back, right? He's going to have to work here with greens a lot now. Aswar has fallen back. Panda's fallen. All these guys are falling back. It's like it seems like Dan and Random Shy are bump drafting.
I think what they was doing is that they didn't want to cause a caution and then have to re-rack them and then lose the potential to win the race. So now that the next lap will be, I think, the caution cutoff.
Yep, at the line.
So with that being the caution cutoff, they're going to be flat-footing it, trying to get back to the lead. And you think to yourself, people who don't really watch NASCAR, watch this type of racing, you're not always on the gas here at Daytona. You're lifting, you're dragging the brake at some points.
Yep, here we see, okay, Exiv and Greensalot have caught back up. We know Greensalot is a lapped car, so he's just trying to help Exiv at this point. So at this point, 2 laps to go, folks. Sorry, 3 laps to go. There is no more cautions.
3 laps to go, 2 to go. 2 to go at the line.
Yep, no more cautions.
What will Act do if he stays in front of him? I think that he's trying to give Random Shy a bit of a tow here. And you can see on Random Shy's hood that the hood flaps are flapping, so he is getting a draft off of him.
Yep, Arctic, I don't know what. Let's see what he's going to do here, though.
He looks like he. They reckon. They're wrecking.
Oh, they're wrecking! Is that Exiv? I think that's Exiv. It is.
No, Axif is in second place.
No, it's
Axif
not.
Is... Yeah, he is.
No. Who wrecked? I think it was Dan, but 2 to go at the line, folks. Here comes Exiv, gonna be drafting off Arctic here. Arctic gonna side draft Random Shy here. Exiv gonna try to stick with him there. I think that was Dartman Dan. I believe it was Dan.
Dan was Axif. They're battling it like it's the last thing they can do on the earth. Look at this. Axif 2 is outside. Optimal Mantis coming behind him.
But here comes Optimal Mantis on the inside. It's gonna push him right by again. Exiv chose the wrong lane. He should have stuck in line, but Arctic side drafting there as Ramshai is sideways coming off the corner. Ramshai saves it again. Coming with 1 lap to go. Brought to you by the EWSO 2020 Notes campaign. Here they come. Optimal Mantis right now pushing Random Shy, going into turns 1 and 2 for the final time here tonight, folks. Optimal Mantis still there. Oh, they're spinning as War's out of the race here. It's between Optimal Mantis and Random Shy here. Who is it going to be? Who can make it back to the line?
To be inside, Optimal Mantis is going to take the win. But if Random Shy just defends the bottom going into the final corner, Optimal Mantis may actually have to spin him to win the race.
We'll see, folks. Going to turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Optimal Mantis right on the back bumper of Random Shy. Can Random Shy get a second win in the PPRL Cup Series? Coming out of the final corner for the final time. Coming to the line.
Random Shy will win at Daytona.
Random Shy wins in Daytona. Random Shy gets his second win of his Cup Series here. Gets his second win at Daytona as well. Fantastic race. A lot of great saves there by Random Shy.
Oh, a lot. Alright, top 3, please.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be Random Shy, Optimal Mantis, and Azuar. If you can get them in.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Or
Okay.
no. Random Shy, Optimal Mantis, and Exiv, sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Hold on, where is Random Shy? I'm trying to find him.
Fantastic race, folks. It's been a pretty long one, 3 hours, 7 minutes. Probably one of the longer races for the pole position racing league here, Cup Series. But it's been a great one, folks.
Okay,
I can tell you that.
next
fact.
one, Axif, you said was one of them?
Yep, it was going to be Random Shy, Optimal Mantis, and Exiv are your top 3 finishers.
Where is Optimal Mantis?
Folks, you're watching the PPRL 500. We'll be back in 60 seconds for the post-race interviews.
Dog shit. Like, it smells horrible down here.
Can you also get Culture invited, please, into this?
Yeah. Why did we want Culture in here again?
He sent me a message.
Yeah, I got you. Culture.
Let me do exciting for you guys.
Is everyone in here?
I'm trying to. There he is.
Okay, because we have 7 seconds, so we need everyone in here. And welcome back, everyone. A beautiful Daytona International Raceway here for the PPRL 500, the inaugural race of season 19 here. Just had a fantastic race here. Your top 3 finishers are going to be Random Shy, Optimal Mantis, and Exiv. We'll go ahead and start with Exiv, our 3rd place finisher, man. Man, you were so close to there. It just seemed like you chose the wrong lane there in the last couple laps. What happened there in the closing final stages?
Well, see, like usual, we're in a position to win, but people don't want to leave the bottom line. They won't leave the bottom line until the last lap. That's just how it is. And it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to go to the top side there. I kind of got pushed out. But, I mean, I just couldn't get the help all day. Got no teammates out here, so I tried to do what I could. I got back up there. I got shoved out. I got shoved out and came back multiple times, but I just couldn't get any help from anyone. So that's just how it's gonna go. I can't pass someone who's one just by myself. So
Yeah, it definitely. It felt like you were kind of left to hang, hang dry a couple times there. But you know what? I think it's a great way to start the season, and we had some other drivers who looked to be in a good position to win as well, but they had some issues as well. So congratulations on your first podium position of the season, and
I, sorry to cut you off, but
thanks.
I think Random Shy lagged out right after he took the checkered flag.
He still keeps doing it.
yeah, we'll look into it. Moving on to our second place finisher, Optimal man. Just congratulations, man. You were so
Thank you.
close. Fantastic run. You had literally no joke when I say you came out of nowhere in those last couple laps. It seemed like as it were and Mini Panda were falling back, you were able to close the gap and almost get the win here. How'd you do it there?
Yeah, I mean, our team built a great car. We had a fast car today. Honestly, it's about the draft. You're able to get that right draft, and you can just shoot yourself right up to the top. We had a few problems here and there. We got wrecked a few times, but we got lapped a few times as well. But we always come back strong. So, thank you to the team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And welcome along a Random Shy. Oh, that was.
Whoa.
There we go.
Hello.
And welcome back, Random Shy, to the podium. And man, congratulations, first place finish, another win at Daytona, your second ever pole position racing league Cup Series win. How does it feel, man, to open off the season like this?
Felt awesome. I mean, I started last. I started 23rd, and then expected to win. I didn't even expect. I wasn't even supposed to make this race.
Yeah,
But
man.
I just luckily got off work early and made it just in time.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you had
And-
some fantastic saves. I don't know. Myself and Tremor were saying, I don't know how you made half those saves. Like, some great driving from you, man. How do you feel?
Maybe other people in the race might not agree with great driving. They might just say I was being fucking dumb, big doo-doo dumb moves. Because they were some really bad moves and bad blocks, but I was driving my ass off, man. I needed to do what I needed to do. I didn't want to be so content and like stacking it throughout the race. I wanted to hurry up and get to the front. And luckily, I was able to read some other people's strategies, and luckily, when we got up here, I was up in the front, and I was able to hold everyone off in those last 25, 30 laps stint.
Absolutely,
It
man.
was awesome.
Yeah, fantastic
That's
race
fun.
for sure. I'm sure everyone who watched it at home really enjoyed it. I can tell for sure that myself and Trainboy definitely enjoyed it. Folks, if you'd like to catch some more great racing, all the past races from season 16, 17, and 18 have all been posted on the YouTube channel, as well as our next race is going to be next weekend at Daytona, or it's going to be at the Indy Oval.
Indy.
So look forward to seeing you guys there. And of course, don't forget to tune in tomorrow's Sim-Am Prosh Championship from the Netherlands for round 6 at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and peace out.